Juicy and JoJo. Way that I stay on my podcast. I've been on ESPN all day. Only break that I take is to dodge cash. I don't stop with the beat.
And what up? We're back. Headphones and the Highlights, episode 16. We got myself, Peter, Asim. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
It's been a good week. We got to go to Monday Night Raw. It was an all right show, but can't complain about that. And, excited with all this NFL and
we got hit with blasted with news in these past couple of days.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it's been a good week for the sports aspect.
I don't know what was in the water.
As we predicted.
We'll end up talking about that one. So
yes, we will.
Peter, Asim, we got a new BMF champion, Charles do Bronx Oliveira.
Yeah, you called it.
Yep, real quick. I just because I did have the.
You were the only one to pick him. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, but I got I got it wrong. I thought he was going to get a submission.
Yeah.
He tried. He tried his hardest to get a submission.
I'll start off because since I got it right, I just wanted to say I just had a feeling everybody thought Max was going to try and just stand and bang with Charles Oliveira or with Max Holloway, and that he was just going to play that game. If you guys knew Charles and if you guys actually follow the sport, I'm not talking about you guys, but more the fans, you will know the first thing Charles is going to do is always take you down. And if he takes you down, he's going to keep doing it over and over and over again until you can keep it standing. Once you can keep it standing, that's when he'll use his hands and his legs, his elbows, all his other tools in his arsenal. Max, he looked so much smaller than him out there in the ring. And, I remember in the group chat, we were saying how Charles is looking ripped and he's looking really big for this fight. I knew then, I was like, man, it's looking like he's just going to outpower him and just use his body, his height against him and just keep taking him to the ground. I knew then, and I didn't expect Max Holloway to survive like he was on the ground. But kudos to him. He survived. He didn't let himself get finished. And, yeah, he did his thing. But that was just a complete domination on the part of Charles Oliveira. He just shows that there's a different level at 155. He's not the same Charles that Max fought at 145. Now you got to deal with the wrestling, the grappling, and if you can take it there, then he'll stand with you. But, man, just complete and utter domination. And I expected it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I expected it. I didn't think Max was going to be able to keep it standing the whole time. And I knew that if he were to hurt him, he's going to have a hard time finishing him because he's going to have to get in Charles's guard. And as you guys know, Charles on the ground is one of the best in the entire sport. So,
yeah. Of course, I got the prediction wrong. I thought that I was one of those people that I thought that Charles was going to engage in the stand-up with Max. It didn't go out that way. Obviously, what Charles did was smart. He focused on the grappling. This is really like the first time that Max really has fought like an actual grappler. And as we can see, he did not do good. He got dominated. There's no other way to describe this match than it was just a domination by Charles. Kudos to him. Kudos to Max for not getting finished. Obviously, he fought. He did well. He got presented a black belt for not getting submitted, which I thought that's kind of weird, but but I thought that this showed it showed how good Charles has been evolving. I feel like this new Charles, he's like one of those people like Max, like only losing to elite fighters. He lost to Arman, he lost to Ilya, he lost to Islam. So of course these are elite fighters that you're talking about. Arman is possibly, he could be the next champion. He's really good.
I just want to say on that, I personally thought that Charles won that fight. If you guys go back and rewatch the fight, Charles, in my opinion, he was close to finishing that fight 2 different times. And Arman in the grappling exchanges and in the striking exchanges, to me, didn't do much to actually edge out the other rounds. So I thought Charles got robbed of that fight. I know a lot of other people did as well. So I just wanted to put that one out there.
I think even though like he got the loss on his resume, like I said, Armin is still like to me an elite fighter. But I know there's been a lot of criticisms about, the performance, people saying that it wasn't like, BMF like it's for the BMF belt, and Charles chose to really focus on the grappling. But what like we said in the group chat, obviously the fans aren't able to see, but one of our friends AP was saying that he just felt like that Charles couldn't afford a loss, and I agree with him. Charles is older now. He's like 36, 37 years old. And I feel like he knows that he's probably got one more chance to try to get to the title. And I think that with a loss, that would have hurt him a lot. I mean, because think about all these other contenders that we have going on. You have Justin Gaethje that is going to fight Ilya. We'll talk about that later, but he's your interim champion. Then you have Armin Sarukian, who should be your number one contender. And then if he were to lose to Max, then Max is in this argument. So Charles with a loss, you're talking about like he would need like 3 to 4 wins in order for him to get a title shot. And unfortunately, Charles had to fight like 3 times a year. And Charles, that's a lot for Charles. He's an older guy. That's more camps. He's got to, invest more time, more money into that. I feel like he did what he was supposed to do. You're supposed to get the win. Yes, it wasn't the most exciting thing ever. It wasn't the most exciting win, but it just puts the division on notice to tell him, hey, I have those knockouts, because he does. He has good striking. We heard Justin Gaethje said that when he the hardest he ever got hit was against Charles. That he felt like a really bad sting. And he obviously showed that his grappling is just elite. It's top notch. So kudos to him. I'm not mad at the performance. I understand everybody else, they wanted the BMF, they wanted to stand and bang. But in this industry, unfortunately, these people, they get the win bonuses, and Charles did what he needed to do to get a win and to try to propel himself to another title shot.
100%. I definitely agree with that. I was actually, me and AP in that group chat that we were just Peter was referencing, we were arguing about it, because if it wasn't a BMF title then on the line, then it would have looked completely different. If it was a BMF title or not, we all agree that's not a real championship. It was a fake title that was made to give Jorge Masvidal something to hold when he beat Nate Diaz. They were kind of promoting it as who's the baddest motherfucker, because they're both kind of hood. They're both kind of from the streets and stuff like that.
Or it could be just The Rock trying to interject his way into another form of entertainment.
That too.
No,
for The Rock.
No, I think it was to sell pay-per-views. Like they needed a way to put these people on a marquee, and what better way than to be like, oh, we're gonna make this belt that Nate Diaz is like, yeah, well, I want a BMF belt, and they're like, oh, well, we could market that. And obviously, like the UFC, they're all well. Now it's a little different because now they got the $1 billion deal and stuff. But back then, I mean, pay-per-views mattered and stuff. So you want to try to sell as many pay-per-views as you can. So why not put Nate Diaz, Jorge Masvidal for a fake belt? Same thing with a Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. I mean, it sweetens it up. You're like, oh yeah, and it's for this belt,
The way, and I think I heard Kamaru Usman say this. The belt was originally made during his title reign, because Jorge Masvidal could not beat him. And I couldn't agree with him more. Like, this BMF title is for people like Jorge Masvidal, and no offense to these guys because they're former champions, Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira respectively, but it's for people kind of like that they were never to get over that hump to be an undisputed champion. And I wouldn't say it's a gatekeeper's belt, because they're still, you can say they're gatekeeping the top 5, maybe, yes, but they're not like actual gatekeepers. Like, I would think of a gatekeeper. Beneil Dariush should be a prime example. I just feel like he's the prime gatekeeper. You beat him and you're in the upper echelon of the division. But I just feel like, the BMF titles, we already know Ilia Topuria is one of the greatest fighters we've seen in the sport. He can do it all. He can grapple. He can strike with you. He can knock you out. He can make you tap out. Islam Makhachev, same thing. We've seen him do the same thing to multiple people and just completely dominate people. What I think it is they need a title for these guys, so that way they can headline a pay-per-view, and you don't actually need to use your champions on every pay-per-view. You can kind of give them a break for one of them.
I don't know. From what Peter was saying is that it's such a tough division where it's just like so stacked, and the number one is like the definitive number one.
Yes.
So I don't know any fight that you put against him, but when when you already have beaten those people as the number one, it's like what more can you do? It's
Yeah.
like the John Jones effect. It's like who you put up all these people against them, and it's like who's gonna.
The only
who-
thing
who-
is him is that he hasn't faced a lot of people. He's new in the division, Ilya. He
Okay.
only fought one person. He fought Charles.
Okay.
Well, technically he fought Max, but it was at 45. But he fought
Okay.
Charles for the belt, and that's it. He hasn't fought nobody else.
That's-
He's brand new
because
in the division.
he's on the second belt. That's why.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the same
Um,
with Islam. You know, Islam was so dominant. He moved up and he looked
Yeah.
even more dominant at 170 that we're not out here saying, well, you know, 170 is a whole new division now. Like, no, we expect if Ian Gary were to get that shot against Islam Makhachev, I totally expect Islam to completely come out there and just dominate Ian Gary. I expect I expect Islam to dominate everybody in that division just because his level of grappling is so much better. And in 155, I expect the same thing from Ilya. I just feel like, especially against Justin Gaethje, which we'll get to that later, a little bit later, we expect him to get completely flatlined and knocked out just because of how loud and unorthodox he is compared to Ilya, who's very, very technical.
Do you think Ilya is just gonna like what is he gonna play it safe, or is he just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna just knock him out?
No, he's gonna try to knock him out. He doesn't play it
Okay.
safe.
Yeah, he's
All
gonna
right.
knock his ass out. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he already did it before, right? Or
Mhm.
No, they
So-
never
Well,
fought before.
They never fought,
oh, they
but
never fought before.
the last power puncher that he really fought was Josh Emmett, and he made
Okay.
Josh Emmett look stupid out there. Like he bloodied his ass up. So, but
Hey.
like I was saying originally, I just feel like if it wasn't for the BMF title, people wouldn't be complaining as much.
Yeah.
Because it was for the BMF title, people want to complain as much. And like I said this in the chat, like I personally have no issues with the way Charles won. Because to me, it just looked like Max was trying to survive the whole time, and not once did he actually try to stand back up. Maybe like once or twice he tried to like get those scissors off and like snake his way out of it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't working. Like to me, he wasn't really trying to get out of those positions. He was just surviving in those positions and hoping like, okay, this round's a loss. We're starting on the feet again. I always got that. This round's going to be a loss, but I'm going to start on my feet and I'm going to try and knock him out. And like, to me, if Charles Oliveira or any fighter takes you down the way Charles did, which it wasn't like he just took him down and like he slammed him, like he body locked him, picked him up, and you could just see the physical strength and just slams that were coming from Charles Oliveira. Slam him and advance positions the way he was to take your back, threaten submissions, put the body lock on you. Never am I going to blame the guy who's on your back for just staying there. The person who's getting submitted, you better defend that submission. You better take those the legs and attack the feet and uncross them. Find a way to stand back up. Because in my opinion, if he would have extended himself the way that he should have, being somebody who always praises about how he never gets to test his grappling in the octagon, which we've heard from Max multiple times, he wants somebody to take him down so he can show people what he's been working for. What he's been working on this whole time. Show us. You had your chance and you didn't, because you knew that if you would have overextended, if you would have tried to get out, you would have got caught in some other crazy submission and you would have got tapped out. So I'm never going to blame Charles Oliveira. The blame to me for how that fight was being so boring, it goes to Max Holloway.
I feel like it might have been a coaching thing. Whatever tape that they went by, I guess it was thrown out the window. I like you said, Max gotta figure it out. So maybe that's the thing that he works on. As far as how much time you need to work on, from what I've seen, that was literally the only thing that was stopping him. It wasn't the defense on the ground. It was more of like defending while he's standing up, defending getting tackled while standing up. So, which is what Ilya was able to do better than. I'm sorry, no. I was talking about the Ilya versus Charles fight. Which he was able to do better than Max.
Yeah, well,
So
I mean, referencing that fight, you got to remember Charles went to go take him down. He got
yeah,
the body lock on him, and Ilya took him down. Like he didn't get taken down.
yeah, he
Ilya took
reversed it.
him
Yeah,
down, and he put him in a crucifix.
Yeah, he
Ilya
did.
Taporia put Charles Oliveira in a crucifix and said, "You're not going to beat me grappling. Your best chance to beat me is standing, and I'm going to knock you out." Once Charles got back in his guard, got back up, he knew. That's when he knew. He was like, "I'm not going to be able to take him down." That was crazy good. That was smooth by Ilya.
Even the leg lock too. He tried to get him in a leg lock, and he couldn't even get him in that.
So so the thing is, it's like, what do you do as Max Holloway? It's like you're in your 30s. How much more time do you need as far as trying to get to that level of wrestling and grappling or jujitsu or whatever? So
It's
it's like
too late.
So
It's
then
too late.
yeah. So then now what? That's your ceiling, and you were the guy that's defended this the fake belt. So that now you're back in the pool of trying to go for the actual belt.
Yeah.
And
I feel like what Asim is saying there is like a good question for both fighters. Like essentially, like what's next for both fighters. I feel like is another way that Asim could say it.
well,
To me, yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was saying like the BMF belt. To me, I didn't think it was a serious thing as far as like rankings. Like if whoever won or lost, it would affect them in any way. But
It didn't.
From what you were saying,
They're the same exact. Their standings are exactly the same. They haven't moved up or down.
Yeah, from what you were saying is like, all right, they're at this age that where they need to get a win no matter what to even.
Not
like,
really. Max is more Charles. Charles is a
Yeah.
little bit more. Max is a little younger. He's like 33,
a couple
34.
years.
But Charles has a lot of miles on him, and obviously, like Charles has gotten finished really bad, like especially by Ilya. Max, he did get finished by Ilya, but it wasn't like a clear like he was out knockout. No, Charles was out.
Yeah.
That was a really bad knockout that Charles got. So it's just a little bit different with Charles. It's kind of like this is a last ditch effort for him to try to get to the title. Meanwhile, for Max, this is where I go and I tell you what I think is next for Max. I actually think that Max still has a couple fun fights that he could do. That I'm not saying that he could make a run for the title, but he could just make some money if he wants to do it. He's already been established as a 145 champion. His legacy is already good and set. Obviously, he would love to be a 155 champion and be one of those few double champs. His chance, I would say that his chances are very slim because this division is just full of killers. I mean, if he got out grappled by a Charles Oliveira, I can only imagine what Armin Saryukin would do to him, who's been grappling out, he grapples like every 2 weeks, I feel like, and he just dominated Division I, Division II wrestlers. So I don't like his chances against him. BSD is another one, even though BSD, he gets stupid and he gets like clipped a lot, but his grappling is really good. Even a Paddy Pimblett at this point, Paddy does have really good grappling, and he's got a chin of granite. So I feel like the best thing that Max could do, this is a crazy one again because he lost. So you're like, how would you give him this? But I feel like the best thing for him is to fight Conor McGregor. They fought a long time ago. And you just let them fight. Just let them fight, both of them. They don't need to fight for no. Yeah, I feel like Conor's coming back. Who do you give Conor to give him like a chance? You can't give him. I mean, if Charles did this to Max, what do you think he's going to do to Conor, who has like, I'd say like a worse ground game, And then obviously Conor hasn't even fought in 5 years. I mean, I don't like those chances. And Max is still a name. He has been 5 years, and Max still has a name. So it's not like Max, even though Max lost, he didn't take that big of a drop because people still are going to be like, criticizing about the BMF and stuff like that, and the fans that he has. So I feel like the best thing he could do is fight Conor. And if it's not Conor, honestly, put him against Dan Hooker. 2 strikers going up against each other. I like either one of those 2 fights, but do not put him against a grappler because he's going to get dominated again.
That's on Max. So my 2 things are, here's my options. I think that either he should go to Dagestan and get a whole new camp and just go there for like 2 years. Go there for like 2 years. and wrestle with the Bears and then come back and go one
Nah.
last run, and then or he switches who's the guy, the new that CEO of the new UFC thing that they're doing, where Espinal, yeah, what's his name? Espinal. He signed to.
Eddie Hearn.
Aspinall?
Yeah, well,
No, he's just managed by Eddie Hearn. That's it.
okay, that's a manager.
He don't got nothing.
Then what's the thing that Netflix has, where is Ronda Rousey?
That's their own. That's their own MMA.
UFC is
He's
not.
signed.
So then
Yeah,
go
he's signed to a
over there.
contract, bro.
You could
He's
be
signed to a
the contract is up.
Hey,
Nah,
What's that?
Asim don't know, Los.
Okay,
Asim doesn't know.
I know about Data. I know about Data. What he
UFC isn't letting him go, brother. I'm sorry
No.
to tell you.
Oh yeah,
They
he makes
freeze
too
their
much money
contracts. They freeze their contracts.
Yeah, bro.
You know,
you told me somebody not gonna pay Max Holloway the dump truck of money to go to Netflix.
It's not that, Asim. The problem is that he's already under a contract, so he needs to fulfill his contract first, and then he could try to go and look for other things. But these fighters, they lock them up for like 7 or 8 fights.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand that. And then when they're like in the middle, they re-sign them again to like another 5, 6, 7 fights. That's the problem with John. John, when he won the interim, not the interim, when he beat Gane for the heavyweight championship, he signed a new 7-fight deal, and he only fought Stipe since. So he's still got 6 fights to go, and he's asking for his release, and he's probably not going to get it because he's too valuable for UFC. So why would you release him to have him go to the competition? Let him be unhappy and just freeze his contract. That's the same thing with GSP. GSP's been retired for a few years now since he beat Bisping. His contract is still frozen. So if he comes back again, he has to compete for the UFC. He cannot compete anywhere else. Yeah. So that's the thing, is different. Another thing too, Asim, is that you can't just go and learn a new skill like that when you're in your mid-30s. It's impossible for these guys. He could go to Dagestan for 2-3 years, just like Khabib and Islam always say, and he ain't gonna learn nothing there, unfortunately. It's not his background. He doesn't have the experience. I mean, he doesn't have the age for it, so he's not gonna learn. Unfortunately, it's true what the term says. You can't teach an old dog new tricks, because it's too late. You're going to have somebody like a Armin Saryuki and a Charles Oliveira, BSD, or a Paddy Pimblett who's been doing this their whole life. They're going to have the advantage compared to a guy that went 1 or 2, 3 years to Dagestan to learn. And by the time he comes back, he's going to be 37 years old. So even worse.
What I can honestly say with that, it would be like trying to get us at our age right now to go to DR, practice hitting a baseball, and then, hey, let's go try out for this minor league team real quick. And there's going to be people who are younger than us, faster than us, and can hit harder than us. They're going to make that team before we even get there, just because they've been doing it their whole life.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. The best thing Max can do is just try to get fun matchups until his career is over, and that's it. Call it a day.
Yeah. It said he made
a lot of money.
1.5 million per fight. And total earnings between 2.5 and 4 million.
He's making good money. And for Charles, while we're on that, I think that Charles, I don't think he gets rewarded with a Conor fight. I do think that it was a good dominant win. I just don't think the UFC wants to give that matchup to Conor. I don't think that they want to give him a very easy loss, essentially. So I feel like Charles's next fight possibly is going to be Paddy Pimblett. I think that's who I see them matching him up with, or it could be Armin.
He went to Armin at the end of it and talked to him, so it sounds like that's who he wants. So,
yeah, it's either Armin or Paddy. It depends on how Dana feels about Armin, because Dana hates Armin. He hates him with a passion. I don't understand. So it'd be one of those two basically, and I feel like title eliminator if it's Armin. If it's Paddy, no. I don't think it's a title eliminator. What about you, Los? What you think for Charles?
For Charles, I think it should be Armin. Get the rematch going. I thought he beat him the first time, and if they fight again, I think it's going to be a heavy grappling exchanges where they'll be rolling with each other, and it can go either way. I'm gonna still go with Charles. I think Charles won the first one, and I think he can win the second one. If it's not Charles, I don't think he should get the loser, which was Patty Pimblett of him and Justin Gaethje. I feel like that's still just too big of a jump for Patty Pimblett. So it's Islam or it's Armin Saryukin, Benoit Saint Denis. I think that's a fresh one that we haven't seen before.
Yeah.
Both of them can grapple really good. BSG hits really hard, so he could potentially knock Charles out. But I still see Charles winning that fight, and it's crazy to me because Charles is such a good fighter, and I feel like the only person in that division outside of maybe Armin that could beat him right now is Ilia Topuria, and that just shows how good Charles is at this stage and at this late stage in his career.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But outside of that, what was your favorite fight outside of the main event?
Oh, here goes the scene. Honestly, my standout performance from that pay-per-view, I'm gonna give a lot of love to RoboCop. What a knockout!
Oh man! Oh my god!
What a knockout, bro! RoboCop got it done early.
Oh my gosh!
He hit that dude hard, and Bruno was out of it. Bruno was out of it for a while. Respect for Gregory. He got his revenge. RoboCop got his revenge. He looked good doing it. The dude's got heavy hands. I don't know if he moved up in the rankings. I'm going to check real quick. Hopefully he did. And he could get maybe like a top 10 fighter, but he's been looking good. He moved up one. So he's 12th now. So yeah, I want to see him fight maybe like a Jared Cannonier. RDR is leaving, so we could get rid of him. Either Roman Dolidze or Jared Cannonier. I feel like RoboCop, if he gets like maybe 3 more wins, he could get himself into a title match. But yeah, I want to give respect to him. I think he had like a standout performance for me. Drew Dober, of course, as we predicted, knocking out Michael Johnson. But
let's talk about that.
I'll get off of that. You guys could keep going. I'm gonna say my standout was RoboCop. Congrats to RoboCop for a great win.
The standout for me was Cody Garbrandt. My boy Cody got the W by any means. He might not have any more children for the rest of his life, but he got the W.
Oh man.
He got kicked so hard he threw up. He's like, oh my god, that was crazy.
It was still about to lose, bro. It's only won by 1 point. Won by 1 point.
Away. Yeah, the guy Zhao Long, he got a point deduction. Like, control your weapons, bro. Holy crap! How many times are you gonna kick somebody in the balls?
He still had a chance to win too, which is the crazy part.
Yeah,
Cody, it's time to hang it up, bro. You gotta hang it up.
Put them down, bro. You're done. It's over for you. Man.
Hang it up, bro.
For me, my performance or my fight of the night, I'm with Peter. RoboCop getting that first round knockout. He got it back in blood. I'm not gonna say much about that. RoboCop, he just at his age, man, he got it back, and first round he got knocked out in the first round, and he just got it back. He knocked him out in the first round. So,
and then we talk about what everybody knows and predicted. Drew Dober, knocking out another black man.
He turned
out
person, bro.
Out cold. It's not even funny.
Yeah,
it ended his win streak.
It's not even funny anymore. It's wild.
It's the new mythical fighter.
And then he came out. It was just like I respect him so much. I was scared to fight him. I know how good he is. I respect him and everything. I'm like, it's like, man, you can't hate him now.
Real quick, just want to give everybody a quick rundown. So, like we said, Charles Oliveira, unanimous decision. To me, I thought there were a couple 10-8 rounds in that fight. Peter disagrees. I thought there was some 10-8 rounds in that fight.
It's not that I disagree. It's just I know how the judges work. They weren't going to give them 10-8s.
I get it. I read the rule book, and to me, that, like they said, submissions count as close things to a finish. and some of those they should have been 10-8. He got multiple submission attempts, completely dominated him. Max couldn't do anything. So, just to me, there should have been 10-8 rounds. It doesn't matter though. He won a unanimous decision. You got Caio Borralho.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this one because, yeah, it was a good fight. I mean, yeah, it was a good fight. I think the way they scored it, I feel like they should have gave Rayner like at least one round.
I thought he got dominated.
I don't think so. Like he came back and he stopped some takedowns and was hitting the jabs. He was hitting them because Kyle said it himself. He was like, man, I was trying to knock him out and he just wasn't. He wasn't getting knocked out. But I mean, from what I've seen from Kyle, how he hypes himself up, how UFC is hyping him up now, I don't know. I don't think I was like super impressed with how with him as a fighter in that division. So that's one of those to just wait and see if he has the juice or not.
I'm looking.
Nah, he don't got it.
He don't got it. All right, then I'm on your side there.
No,
I'm looking at it now. There's a change. There's a say you could give it to him the second round where RDR he did get one more strike than him and 3 more significant strikes than him. I just feel like the more damaging shots were done by Caio that round. So,
and then RDR take him down too.
Not in the second round.
Okay.
He took him down twice in the first round, and Caio took him down once in the third round.
But Caio was just with that jab all night. That's what I said. Like I almost went 5 for 5 with my predictions. I only missed on the Max and Charles one. Like I just knew Caio got like heavier hands than RDR. He was gonna stop him. He's gonna stop like the momentum and stuff. So it's just, to me, honestly, for real, that fight and the Raul Rosas fight, it was boring to me. Honestly, I was checked out both fights. Honestly,
the Raul fight was man.
Boring, yeah.
Oh man, it was boring. That was Max and Charles on crack.
Nah, that was worse. That was worse. At least Charles was striking, throwing some shots at it and going for like submission attempts. Raul Rosas was doing nothing.
That was the definition of lay and pray.
That was whack.
the definition.
I mean, hey, good for you. You got the win. You got your win money, but I wasn't impressed.
Yep. Kind of like they just said, Raul Rosas Jr. won by unanimous decision. Drew Dober, like we discussed, second round knockout of Michael Johnson, and then a first round knockout for RoboCop, Gregory Rodriguez. You've got Cody Garbrandt barely surviving, edging out a unanimous decision win.
I agree with you guys, by the way. He should hang it up. He looked bad. He looked bad in that fight.
It's time to
he looked really bad.
Hang them gloves up.
Dante Johnson, unanimous decision win. Or no, sorry, split decision win against Cody Brundage. Thought that was a really good fight. And then I'm kind of disappointed to kind of see how the former The Ultimate Fighter winner Ricky Turcio's career is going. But he just got submitted against Alberto Montez.
Nasty submission.
Second round. He won performance of the night for that as well. Damn, man. Ricky Turcios, I expected more from you. I thought you're a really promising prospect after winning tough. But, man, you might see yourself out of the UFC now. So
go get that Netflix bag.
He's not going to get it back from Netflix.
Go while you still can.
That's crazy.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce this guy's name, but the Mongolian guy, he beat Cody Durden. Unanimous decision.
Niam Jargo.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fire name, bro. Niam Jargo.
Anyways, at this event, they also announced the highly anticipated, highly disappointing UFC White House event.
UFC Freedom 250.
The headliner, the man we were just talking about, the double champ himself, El Matador, Ilia Topuria, versus the interim champion, Justin the Highlight Gaethje. The co-main event, you got Alex Poatan Pereira versus Cyril Gane. You got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Almian Zahabi.
I miss
You
a
got
hobby. Yep.
Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. Iron Mike coming back to the octagon. He might get knocked out again, but we'll get to that. You got Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. I think that's actually a really good fight. Bo's very promising prospect. And then you got Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. So I think it's a good card. I know people were disappointed on it because they wanted to see, John Jones on it and, maybe 3 or 4 different title fights on this card for how hyped up it was. But, what did you guys think?
So for me personally, I feel like if it was any other card and you're like, hey, our 5-card main event main card is going to be Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins, Rufy versus Chandler, O'Malley versus Sahabi, Pereira, Gane, Topuria, Gaethje. I feel like that's a really good card. I would give it like a solid 8.5, 8 out of 10. The problem is that obviously Dana being Dana, hyping the hell out of this card. You had Trump saying there's going to be 6 or 7 title matches. The problem is everything was being hyped. So we had the thought, man, is John going to be here? John Jones, is Conor McGregor going to be on here? Is Islam going to be on here later in the week before the card was announced? So a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts. So I feel like the only way we weren't going to get disappointed is if we were getting Ilya versus Islam and John versus Alex. That would have been insane. I think then people would have been happy with the card. But obviously, like I said, I like the card. I think it's good for what it is. I'm taking the aspect of the White House out of it and all the hype that Dana was trying to give it. But I think it's a good card. In my opinion, this is me. Los. This is me. I would have swapped co-main and main. I think Alex having the chance to be a 3-belt champion, I would have put that in the main. But Ilya is a star. He's huge. So it's understandable. Put him in there. And obviously, Justin being the American, you want to, maybe he has a small chance of raising that belt at the White House for America. But I doubt it.
Yeah. Well, real quick, we'll just talk about it. Ilya Topuria,
I want to see what Asim thinks real quick as a as the more casual UFC fan from us.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, as far as casual, I'm coming back to it. Saturday was the first where no, it wasn't Saturday. The one with Gaethje was it's like the second or third UFC card that I've seen. Now that it's on Paramount Plus, it's a little bit easier to watch. So it's just getting back to all the fighters. I missed a lot, a couple years holes that I have to fill back in. But how I feel like, yeah, the way they was hyping it up is kind of a letdown. They're still trying to hype it up because everyone and their mama knows Gaethje is not going to win. So it's like, all right, we gonna get ready to see a first or second round KO or submission or something, because Gaethje is gonna have to get one of those punches from the heavens to knock out Topuria, because that's the only way that I can think of. Pereira versus Gane. Yeah, it's good on Pereira, so I'm cool with that. The whole John Jones thing, as much as we was talking about it, I don't know, I didn't think he was gonna fight or come back. That was just my thoughts on John Jones, with the way it was hyping it up and who he's gonna fight and go up against him, etc. I don't know. It's and that's just exactly how it went with John Jones. He just, whether he backed out or didn't back out or contract issues, et cetera, it's just we're over it at this point. So this is what we're gonna get. We'll see. No disrespect to Gain. I think he's good. But I mean, with how he looked against John Jones, it just, you know, it didn't look too hot. So if it's probably gonna be Pereira. O'Malley, he had what, 2 wins before? Is this so 2 wins in a row, but it didn't look amazing from last time we saw it. So I haven't seen enough of Zahabi. Yeah, so I don't know how I haven't seen his fights. I gotta like look up his stuff, but is he good? Zahabi?
He's decent. He's he's more of like a grappler guy. He don't really got like knockout power or nothing like that. He fought Jose Aldo and he fought Cheeto. He like did a decision with them. The Aldo one was like a boring one. Cheeto just like, I don't know. Cheeto just, he's a slow starter. It takes him like 2 rounds to like start it up. So it was too late for him already when he started picking it up. So I feel like honestly, I feel like they gave Sean the easiest matchup they could give him to let him get a W, honestly. And it's just my opinion on that, because they could have put him against Corey Sandhagen, but that was going to be a tough fight for Sean. Sandhagen is really, really good. But like I said, I just think that a lot of these guys, except for Steve Garcia and Justin Gaethje, the Americans that are on here, I feel like they tried to give them like easier matchups. Like, for example, like Rufy, he's really good. He's really good at styling on people and getting these crazy knockouts. But his one weakness is grappling. And of course, Michael Chandler is like, a really good grappler when he wants to be, and doesn't want to be crazy and try and knock people out. So if he uses his brain, he could win this matchup. But then you have Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins, both are Americans. So obviously one of them's going to win. I don't like Steve Garcia's chances against Diego. And then I don't like Gaethje's chances. So I feel like, O'Malley, I feel like he'll style on Zahabi and he might be able to get like a second round TKO on him.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's not bad. Like, he's not bad, but he's just not a power guy. He's a grappler. His brother is Faraz Zahabi. That's George St. Pierre's coach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They just said, I'm with Peter here. I don't see Justin Gaethje beating Ilya. I think he had a hard time putting out Patty Pimblett, and the whole fight, it just looked really, really sloppy. and Ilya is he's so technical with his boxing. He might be the best technical boxer in UFC right now, because it is crisp, man. The only thing I disagreed with Peter on earlier in the podcast is the Max Holloway fight. If you actually go back and look at it, Max goes out for like a solid 5 seconds. Like, that punch on the ground, his eyes rolled behind his head, and for like a good 5 seconds, he's not there. Max is gone. He is not alive at those 5 seconds, and he came back.
Max got them CTE powers, man.
That probably, yeah, but no, he was gone for like 5 seconds. And the way Ilya put down Charles, that man hits hard. Like, he hits so hard. I don't like this chances for Justin. And Justin said it before. If he gets knocked out the way he got knocked out against Max Holloway, where he's just flatlined unconscious, he's retiring, this might be us watching a retirement of Justin Gaethje, because if he gets flatlined, I expect him to, boy.
I think I like Taporia and his this stuff he puts on social media. I think that man's hilarious.
Yeah, he put the win on his record already. He's on.
Yeah, he was just like, just get ready to get knocked out.
It's gonna be quick.
It's gonna be quick and easy.
He's a gangster, bro. He don't back down from nobody.
Co-main event: Alex Pereira versus Cyril Gane. I think that's a really, really good fight. Obviously, Cyril Gane's gonna have the weight advantage in this fight, where normally Alex is coming in with the weight advantage against people. Cyril Gane, very athletic for his weight, very good at striking. We've seen Alex get knocked out before. I don't know about this one. I just, this one might be too big of a task for Pereira. But shit, if anybody can become a 3-division champion, it could be Alex Pereira. So
what What's crazy is that when like the Cyril Gane um versus what's his way, John Jones, like how quickly he got knocked out, but when Cyril Gane is fighting other people, he has all this knockout power, and he's just like
Well, I mean,
a
like even
fort.
against Taito Iwasa, it's not like he had a one punch knockout. He's very, very technical with his striking.
Yeah.
You know, he works his way there. And against John Jones, he just got submitted, which kudos on John Jones. He saw the Francis fight. Francis took him down at ease with no knees, and he was like, you know what, this is gonna be quick. And he made it quick. And this fight, it's completely different because Alex isn't going to try and take him down. They're going to stand in the middle of the octagon with each other and they're going to bang. And Alex, who's very technical in his own right, being a former 2-division kickboxing champion, I just feel like this is too big of a jump for him. I think Cyril Gane's fights at 265, 260 to 265. And Alex might be there at like 240 something, 250 something. After he gains a couple more pounds of muscle, I don't know. I expect this fight to go this way. I expect Alex Politan to get knocked out. I expect Cyril Speed at being, fighting there his whole life, his speed to just be too much. He's gonna come in with shots that are gonna hurt him, and I just want to know if he can even take that, or if the weight's gonna play a big factor, and Alex's shots aren't gonna be as strong at heavyweight as they are in the other two divisions. But I'm excited to see it. And then I agree with you guys on the rest of them. I think Sean O'Malley's going to style on Zahibi. I expect Iron Mike Tyson to put on a show. Not Mike Tyson, Michael Chandler to put on a show against Mauricio Hoofy. But I do expect
he will put on a show against in boxing. It's coming.
Yeah.
Iron Mike is fighting this year. Get ready for that. Stay tuned.
Watch that. Not watching it.
You're not watching it?
Not watching it. And then Bo Nickel, I expect him to get a win, and same with Diego Lopez. So, but that's just the quick take from me.
I don't know about Lopez. Yeah, my thing, I don't know about Lopez. The way he was looking that last fight.
Yeah, but he was going up against Volk. Volk is literally the GOAT in that division.
Oh, okay. All right, then I guess you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
I don't like Garcia's chances, bro. Honestly, for real, I don't like Garcia's chances in that one.
Yeah, you guys got anything else?
Just for me, the only thing is that obviously, like, I wish John was on the card. Everything was looking like he was in discussion for it. Dana then said that he was never in the running, and John went. He was complaining about it. He asked for his release. This is a big step up for Alex Pereira to fight Cyril Gane, and it's a big, it's tough. It's tough because, like, if he wins, you still got one more. You still got to fight Tom in order for you to get the undisputed belt. And if you lose, then, like, I mean, you pretty much got to go back to light heavy or retire. I'm assuming Alex would probably retire because he's like 38. So the John fight would have been the one for him. Obviously, like when we talked about it, him making history, becoming the 3-division champ and beating John was going to definitely be more impactful than just beating Gane and getting the interim belt. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if Tom is able to fight. I would love to see Tom versus Alex. I think that's a big time fight. Tom versus Cyril could be good too. Obviously, it's not going to be as hard hitting as, like, for the money than him versus Alex, but they fought before. We saw a little bit of it around, so I want to see that rematch. But yeah, that's all I have to say about this card. It's okay. Supposedly they might add another one. We'll see if they actually do and what it is. But for now, like I said, it's, to me, I like it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, let's move on to the world of football, guys. NFL free agency started this week. The highly anticipated free agency that we all love every offseason. As you guys know, the roles now reversed. Peter is the casual football fan here. He's new getting into the sport. This was his first year trying it out. Sort of liked it, and now he's going to give next year a shot. Trying to get him over to the dark side, come be with the Patriots, but it's not looking likely. Just stay away from those New York teams.
Stay away from New York. You get Philadelphia. We'll accept you, and
You don't want to go.
I'm gonna be a Browns fan. I want to cheer for the
No,
Browns.
you don't. No, you don't. No, you
Oh,
do not.
I want
I'm
a
gonna go
trash
Bob.
organization.
No, the Browns are never going to turn it around.
Matter of fact, give me the Raiders. I'll take the Las Vegas Raiders.
No, you don't want the Raiders either.
There you go. I
No.
like where you're coming at with this, Peter.
No. Oh, you know what? Actually, we'll talk about it. The Raiders actually made a bunch of moves,
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna be
it's
a
not
Raiders
like,
fan.
and they're going to have the first pick to get a quarterback.
Mhm. You know, you can
So-
if you want, the Jets are there, man. You can be the Jets are.
No,
No.
Jets are probably like, if it's tiers of bottom, it's Jets are on the bottom of the bottom, and then it's Browns, and
You
then
think they're worse than the Browns?
yeah, they're worse than the Browns, 100%.
They at least made the playoffs in this like past 3 decades.
So is the Browns. But I think the Jets are worse than the Browns. If you're
Jets have an AFC Championship appearance,
I'm trying
like with Mark Sanchez.
as far as like, you know, Jets did get they did have a Super Bowl. So I guess Browns, yeah. So then Browns, then Jets. Then I don't know, just the current state of the Jets, the way the whole team was formed and built, coaching, ownership, it's like it's bad. Browns is like, you know, it's really bad, but you got something there, a little bit of something. At least they got
I'm gonna go with the Raiders. They made a couple moves this offseason. They got to see what they're gonna do with Crosby, but I'm gonna go with the Raiders. That's gonna be my team. I'm gonna root for them.
All right, root for the Raiders. Lock it in.
Locked in.
This shit.
Locked
All
in.
right.
Locked
Oh,
in.
man,
Raiders
that's wild.
fan. If I had a hat for the Raiders, I would wear it right now. But
You are wearing black and
VR,
white.
VR.
You're wearing black
VR.
and white, so
Yep.
that is the
Raiders.
colors.
I'll be a
Oh,
Raiders
man,
fan.
I'm sorry. My condolences.
It's okay. It's okay.
I mean, look, they did. They gonna have Mendoza. They got a good running back. They're fixing their line. They're gonna keep Max Crosby. They got a wide receiver.
No.
Either they're gonna keep him or they're gonna trade him for less.
Whoa,
But
we're gonna talk about it.
they got Crosby.
What are we? Los, where do you want to start
division.
first? There's a lot that has happened in a couple of days. Where do you want to start?
We'll run down from the top here. Okay. So Asim, I know we said we're going to do it by division. I looked at it while we were kind of doing this little Asim, Peter picking his team. Go to the one that you had where the top, the top 101s, and then at the bottom off the market. We'll do it that way just because the other one doesn't actually show who they signed. It just kind of highlights what they've done during the offseason. And we'll start from off the market, number one. So the Miami Dolphins, they cut Tua Tagovailoa, and they got their replacement quarterback this year, which to me is crazy. Like, they're paying $90-something million in dead cap money to cut Tua Tagovailoa just to get him off the team, which is astronomical amount of money. But hey, they did it. They want to move on from him. They're done with it. And I don't blame them. But they got their quarterback, Malik Willis, former Green Bay Packers backup. He signs a 3-year, $67.5 million deal with $45 million in guaranteed money. Back with Matt LaFleur. I just, look, I don't hate it. The Dolphins need a quarterback, and Malik, I guess he was outside of Kyler, was the most anticipated quarterback in the market. And he did his thing. He got paid. He's about to have his first starting job to start the season, I should say, because he's always been behind Jordan Love. He's not a bad quarterback. Like, he might be able to make something work with Jalen Waddle and what they have going on there in Miami. What do you think about that?
I'm interested in seeing what he does. I'm hopeful that he's good for what they paid for him. So Dolphins are on kind of just a whole reboot, and we'll see what he does for the next couple of years.
They're a hard division, man, with the Patriots and the Bills. Obviously,
but they have the Jets. Yeah,
so they got 2 free wins there. But I mean, the other the teams in the division, gonna be hard to beat. So Peter, did you have any thoughts on this one?
The thing that surprised me was the Tua release. It's a lot of money. going towards
Yeah.
like dead cap. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I get it. Obviously, like I said, I'm a newbie in this, but I have seen Tua play, and obviously he's had those concussions and stuff, and he has not looked too good. So I get moving on from him, but man, that's a lot of money you just ate for him. And he already signed with the Falcons, so he's got his new team already. But yeah, we'll see what the Dolphins do. It's just a lot of money. It's a lot of money to eat.
You got to let it go and start new and move on, because I don't think people would have paid money to go watch another Dolphins game for next season if Tua was starting on that team. That's how bad it was. You watch him play, and game on the line, Tua, all right, we need to get this down the field to get a field goal. He can't even do that. He throws picks, fumbles the ball. Is bad.
That last concussion was really, really bad. So yeah,
and that's another thing too. You run the risk of that. Like, he could get hurt again, and he'll be out for a couple games. Like, you can't have that. Now, I want to ask you guys real quick. You guys being more experts than me on this. He signed with Atlanta for the league minimum, $1.3 million. Do you think that, no harm, no foul for Atlanta to try to get a chance on him for like nothing, like no money?
Harm, no foul. No,
exactly, right?
I think they got dead cap money as well from cutting Kirk Cousins, but they needed a backup on Michael Penix's recovering from his ACL, and I don't personally really like it for them either, because like we just said, Tua looked really bad in Miami. The concussions are like kind of hurting him in a sense right now. Like, it's just really bad. I bet the change of scenery, being in a dome, will probably be nice for Tua, but Michael Penix is injury prone. Tua Tagovailoa's injury prone. So like, they're gonna be looking at either drafting a quarterback to be your third string, and then what happens if both of them were to go out? It's just, man, the Falcons.
Falcons are in quarterback hell right now. So that's the best way to describe it. So they just throwing something at the wall and seeing what sticks, and they're just hoping to God that Penix can get it together and stay healthy. So yeah.
Moving on. The next signing, I know Asim was hurt to this one. And Asim, I know you're Eagles, man. You guys are taking a lot of blows right now. But Jalen Phillips has signed a 4-year, $120 million contract with the Carolina Panthers. I think it's an outstanding move by the Panthers. A young edge rusher to put alongside that defense. And that was what they were struggling with. They were one of the worst teams when it came to rushing a quarterback, and they got one of the better young pass rushers. We saw what he did when he got to Philadelphia. We saw what he was doing in Miami. So I like it a lot. I think they slightly overpaid for Phillips, but I mean, you kind of had to get Phillips there. So I don't mind it. You got the cap space to do it, and the cap's only going to go up every year. Shoot for the stars, man. Try and win the division again, and try and go compete for a championship.
Yeah, we wasn't paying $120 million for Taylor Phillips. Huh?
You can afford $120 million.
Yeah, no. Well, it's all the money's going to Carter, so I'm not concerned. It's people got to stay and people got to go. So, and that's just how it is. That's just the way it is right now. I'm not.
The story of the NFL. I've been there.
I'm not stressing over it.
This is why I say, and I'm going to sound like a homer, so I don't care, but this is why I say the Patriots dynasty, that 2-decade-long run where we were on top, and I know we didn't win every year, but we were on top for most of it. 10 Super Bowl, I think 10 or 11 Super Bowl appearances. Just, it's greatness personified. And to do it in this era of free agency where you have a strict salary cap and players are constantly leaving and wanting to get paid. I told Asim this, man. He wanted a dynasty in Philadelphia. Obviously, this year was a debacle.
He said debacle.
It was a debacle, man. That offense looked atrocious.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's one of those things that just it shows that how hard it is to win back-to-back in the NFL and how hard it is to be a dynasty. Shout out to Kansas City for being the latest dynasty and being the ones being able to do it. And also with a revolving door back there, they won with Tyreek Hill. They let go of Tyreek Hill. They traded him away. You know, they did their thing. They won with multiple talents, and that just shows Patrick Mahomes is a Hall of Fame quarterback. So the Eagles, obviously, they made their attempt at it. They failed, and now they're reaping the how do I say this? This is the cost of what it takes to be great in the NFL. They did it with a lot of young players. It's time to pay a lot of those young players that unfortunately a team's going to outbid them. And some of these players like Jalen Phillips and some of the other ones that we're going to get to real quick, they're not going to take pay cuts. They're not going to want to negotiate and be like, hey, I'll do a team friendly deal at the front of my contract, and at the back end of my contract, you can pay me what you're going to pay me. I respect the hell out of it. And I think players, I should say, are starting to figure out that, look, these teams are going to try and play me. You're not going to play me. You're going to pay me what I'm worth. You're going to pay me what I want, and I'll play for you. And if you can't do that, I'll find somebody else who will. Because you're going to, it's the same way they're quick to let you go. Trust me. They're done with you. The dynasty's over. All this money at the back end of your contract. Guess what? They're trading you away. See you later. Sayonara. And the fans aren't even going to blink twice because they care about the team itself. They don't care about the player. So I'm like I tell Wasim all the time, like I said it in the group chat all the time, players, take care of yourselves, take care of your families, and then you take care of the team. You put yourself first, just like the team is going to put themselves first.
No loyalty in sports. No loyalty in sports.
None.
For me, real quick, with this, it seems like Carolina's really trying to have their defense, stacked up. They got Jalen Phillips, like you guys said, the 4-year $120. They got Devin Lloyd as well for a 3-year $45 million. So this makes Jalen. I looked it up real quick. It makes Jalen Phillips one of the top 10 highest paid pass rushers. So, but obviously coming off of like a career year for him, the 81 tackles, 5 interceptions. He even got one for a 99-yard touchdown. So good on him, man. He's betting on, he bet on himself and he won. He's only 26 years old. I mean,
27.
Unfortunately, 27. Yeah, sorry. So, I mean, unfortunately, like, me and Lo say, this is a selfish game that you have to play. You have to think about yourself, and good for him for getting that money, man, getting that bag.
I'm not on the side of the players should be loyal to the team. I was never on that side. I understand it's a business. So you go ahead, get the bag where you need to go. That's why I say you can't pay everybody. There's a cap space, for a reason. So GM's got to work and manage it. If we can't pay, if Jalen Carter is better than Jalen Phillips, then we're going to pay Jalen Carter over Jalen Phillips. So he can go.
I just say that because, we got into one thing about A.J. Brown, and A.J. Brown's disgruntled. He seems like he doesn't want to play in Philly anymore. He sounds like he wants to go somewhere else, a la New England. And I know it's going to take some time, but if the team's ready to do you just as dirty, you do them just as dirty. You're not obligated to do anything. You're your own man.
Is not doing them dirty because we paid him. He got paid. He's taken care of as far as money wise.
It doesn't change what I just said. If he feels like he doesn't want to play there anymore, he's more than in his rights to demand a trade out. If he holds out and then does it that way, somehow, some way, it's gonna happen.
He can demand a trade, etc. But you can't demand a trade, hold out, and then expect to get paid the same amount that you were getting paid before, just so you can move to a different team. That people that did that, rare cases where it's happened, where wide receivers have done that, like a AJ Brown or a who else? It's another wide receiver I'm thinking of, but AJ Brown is a good example of you get signed to one team and then you're like instantly, I don't want to be on this team, so take me somewhere else. And then the team's like, all right, we don't want to deal with you, and we'll do that. But it's at the end of the day, the main issue is just the hit that the team takes financially. That was the main issue. It's like it doesn't help the team in any way letting someone go just because like what's happening with Tua. Yeah, they're doing that with Tua, but the play doesn't translate. Like he's not a positive to the team with him playing on the team. Like AJ Brown is a net positive as long as he stays on the team, as disgruntled as he is, unless he himself affects the team. So as long as AJ Brown plays and performs to what what he plays as, how he already laid out what it is that he needs in order to get to go on another team. So if that team is ready and willing to do that, then okay, he's good to go. But if not, then he's going to stay on the Eagles and perform on the Eagles. Disgruntled or not.
And we're gonna make this one quick so we don't go back and forth on it.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna go on until June 1st. Once the cap hits slightly less and they can split it between 2 years, they're gonna agree to a trade with AJ Brown going to another team. I'm not gonna say it's the Patriots because there's a lot of teams vying for AJ Brown. The Bills.
It's not. It's only the Patriots. That's the only team that's left.
We're the one being the most aggressive for him. Okay. But I see it happening. It's gonna come in the after June 1st when the cap hit split, and I feel like the Eagles are then going to use that cap hit or the extra money from the AJ Brown trade to fully extend Jalen Carter, who is their number one priority. They already came out today. They were never stopping him, and I completely agree with that. Jalen Carter should be the number one priority there. The man is young. He's a stud. He can get his anger issues under control and not throw as many punches or maybe get suspended. That he's going to be a cornerstone for that franchise for years to come.
Going to be a top 5 D tackle.
100%.
100%.
100%. No argument there. Moving on to the next big signing. Peter, as a new Oakland Raider fan.
Yeah.
Tyler Lindenbaum, the best center in the league, has signed a record-breaking 3-year, $81 million contract with the Oakland Raiders. I think this is a phenomenal move for them. They're drafting Fernando Mendoza, number 1 overall. They have Aston Genty in the backfield, who was a top 10 draft pick last year. You got the best tight end in football and Brock Bowers. Man, the team's looking very, very promising, very, very good. It's exactly what you want to see. You want a center there. Keep the interior of the offensive line looking strong, looking healthy, looking good. You got. I hope they have solid tackles. I'm not too sure how their tackle situations are at the moment. I'm sure if they need tackles, they'll draft tackles or they'll sign tackles because they have so much money to spend. But man, great signing on that part. You will never hear me complain about a team who overpays for interior or exterior offensive line help or defensive line. I think that's how you win football games in the NFL, was with a stout all line and a stout D line.
The trenches.
Oakland Raiders the trenches. The Oakland Raiders are doing the right thing here. What do you guys think?
It's always good to see a team that's willing to spend the money finally, Obviously, like I said, I'm new in this field, but a lot of times, like in baseball where there is no cap, you start to see people that just don't want to spend money, and it's like, why? Like, obviously these players, they want to play, like they want to play for these teams. They want to, some of them want to have loyalty, but they want to get paid too. So it's a shame to see certain people like, certain teams not pay, but good on the Raiders, man. Like, obviously, like when they started doing all these signings, they thought that Max Crosby was off their books. So they were like happy about it and they were signing everybody. So we'll get to it eventually, but like I said, good on Oakland. I don't know enough about Linderbaum to give an opinion on this, but good for the Raiders.
Yeah, man. Yep. Sam, you got anything?
Oh, I agree. It's a good move for the Raiders.
Yeah, just know, Peter, you got the best center in football, Tyler Lindenbaum. People all around considered him the best center in football.
Dope.
And I'm surprised that Baltimore actually let him go. You don't let people go that are 26 years old and at the prime of their career. So
yeah,
Baltimore need money. That's the thing. Baltimore need money.
And Peter, you'll see as you grow with your football fandom that teams like Baltimore, who have to pay their quarterback a boatload of money,
they're gonna restructure it.
Yeah, they got it restructured, but it's still like he's still making so much money. It's hard to keep everybody, and sometimes you got to let people like
that's the thing. Go. You're gonna imagine this. So picture this: you get Mendoza, Mendoza is everything is advertised, and he changes the team. The Raiders on their first year go to the playoffs, something that they haven't done in God knows how long, 10 years or whatever. So now you got your franchise quarterback. All right. The time will come in three more years, 4 more years,
5 years.
It's 5 years when it's time to pay your franchise quarterback, or 4 years, because usually it'll be like, are we extending him? So then that time comes, and then you see the QB market of how much it costs to extend a quarterback, how much it is for that market for a quarterback, and playing the game of, let's see if he'll take this amount of money, we're gonna go this low, or we're gonna wait and see. It's too much risk. It's too much nonsense. Just pay your player that the game changing player. People was talking about when Lamar was where is he gonna go? Is he gonna stay or not? And he ended up staying in the Ravens, and then had an MVP season. So look at that. You pay your superstar quarterback, and now you see more than ever in the NFL that quarterback is essential to your, like, you winning games. Period. So
Position in football.
yeah, like, essential. You see it in the Seahawks game. All Sam Darnold had to do was not turn the ball over. Keep it, keep it short. He didn't do much, but he didn't turn the ball over, and he made some plays where he needed to, and this won the Super Bowl.
By the way, I did see, and I looked it up real quick because I saw this on Twitter, that Lamar did restructure his contract. So apparently, I had to look it up. His 2026 salary cap of $74.5 million got reduced to $34.5 million, and his 2027 moved from $74.5 million to $84.5 million.
Yeah.
So, and that's what that's what I was talking about earlier. There are going to be players like Lamar Jackson who's going to help restructure his contract. Some of that money, they gave it to him in form of a signing bonus. Some of that money, they moved it to the back end of that contract. But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, that guaranteed money, that's what he's going to get paid.
And
it's a hefty price. And there's going to be a time when the Baltimore Ravens are going to have to make that decision if they're going to keep him, if another team's going to want to trade him and take on that type of a load. But if not, that's a lot of money you're going to owe that man. And kind of like the Dolphins are doing right now, they're biting the bullet for a season, and next year they're going to have a lot more space to play with. So
now his worst case scenario is, like, we're not worried Lamar is going to regress. It was more, is Lamar going to stay healthy? That was the worst case scenario as far as the whole contract stuff and the issues of staying on the field.
Yep.
2 was like, we just made a bad decision. He's not good.
The next big signing was Alec Pierce. He was the prize wide receiver free agency, as surprising as it may sound to some people. But he signed a 4-year contract extension with the Indianapolis Colts, 4 years for $114 million, maximum value of $116 million with incentives, which this is the crazy part of Asim and Peter. $84 million in guaranteed money, and $60 million of it fully guaranteed. But $84 million is completely guaranteed to him. So even if he falls out to not be worth that contract, he just made $84 million because that's guaranteed money.
He's the highest paid free agent in history. So,
not much for me to say. I know that people say, he led the league in yards per catch, and he's a big deep threat. And the Colts paid him because other teams were going to take him away from him. The man's never made a Pro Bowl. He's never made an All-Pro. I never understood the hype for Alex Pierce.
I think he can make it happen to be a wide receiver 1. This would just be the one to jump.
But going along with this, that's what I was coming in with. Yeah. Going along with this, they just traded Michael Pittman Jr. as well to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Trade details, I believe, has not come out yet, or maybe they have. I got to double check on that, but yeah, he did get traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Mhm.
yeah, Pittsburgh made they got themselves a wide receiver 2 to put next to DK Metcalf. So not bad on their end. They just they're a team that
Oh,
doesn't.
it was a 7th round pick, and Colts get a 6th round pick.
Yeah, a steal for them in my opinion. But they also gave him a contract extension. They guaranteed him $24 million or $59 million extension to stay with Pittsburgh for the long haul. Not bad for Michael Pittman Jr. I thought Michael Pittman Jr. had a really good resurgent year with Daniel Jones. Obviously, when Daniel Jones went down, he went down with the ship. So,
Well, now we can hop on to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones got paid.
Daniel Jones
Was
did
it
get
88 million?
2 years, $88 million contract.
Yeah.
Not
So
bad at all.
he's staying. Agent is the MVP.
Oh yeah, he got him his
You
money.
get 2 bags after coming back from an injury. So
Oh,
we'll see how he plays with that Achilles. So
I'm sure he'll be fine. He's recovering, and as long as he's progressing on his rehab, he'll be doing great.
he is a runner though. Like he can run. So we'll see how it affects his ability to run. That's the main thing.
I mean, like we just saw with Jason Tatum, I feel like technology nowadays is getting so much better. Rehabbing is getting better that I feel like he'll be fine. And he was killing it in the pocket last year. So, I mean,
it's one of those that the Achilles is the big one for a quarterback because
I think he'll be fine.
It affects you throwing as well.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll be fine.
So
the next one, which will tie in with the biggest news of yesterday, or second biggest news if you're one of those that you prefer football over or basketball over football. But Trey Hendrickson has signed a 4-year, $112 million contract, $60 million fully guaranteed, and $120 million max value to the Baltimore Ravens, who, in a shocking turns of events, failed Max Crosby's physical to sign Trey Hendrickson to this contract. So the trade is void. They signed Trey Hendrickson to the bag that Trey Hendrickson wanted. I think it's a good move by them after failing the drug test or the physical to get Trey Hendrickson because they desperately needed pass rush help. But I mean, as we're about to talk about now, I think it was just dirty business by them. You knew going into it that Max Crosby had a meniscus repair surgery. He was on crutches the week before. I don't care what you guys got to say in terms of, our doctors this, our doctors that. And the fact that you guys are talking about, we wanted to pair Crosby and Hendrickson together. You guys are just talking out of your ass. You're not going to pay $70 million a year for 2 top 10 pass rushers. It's just not happening. Not when you got Lamar Jackson on the book. Now, when you got all these other players on the books that you need to pay, you still got to pay your upcoming rookie class and your first round. Well, I guess you wouldn't have had your first round pick, but you still got to pay the rookie class. I don't see it. You guys are talking shit. You guys are talking out of your ass, and not quite frankly, in my opinion, dirty business. You did Los Angeles dirty, and teams from now on they should look at you guys differently when it comes to trading with you guys, since you guys will actually do crazy stuff like that. I think that was just absolutely crazy.
I think it was a little bit of foul play with because you made the trade and then you're like, we're gonna back out and then sign the other person, but he's also was coming off an injury as well, so which is where the only advantage they would get is keeping the first and second round pick. So that was the main thing. Like they get to pay
a team that never really trades their first round picks.
Yeah, they had 2 first round picks. So for 2 years, but they get that back now. All they had to do was say, he ain't passed his physical, so we'll go with somebody else. So it sucks for Crosby. Sucks for the Raiders because they made all these moves as well. So thinking that they don't have to have him on the team and pay him and all that. So now he's back on the Raiders, and then the value goes down. And the Raiders would have had a first and a second. Imagine, think about that. They would have had the Ravens first. I'm sorry, Ravens first for 2 years. So, they lose that as well. So it's just bad for the Raiders, for your team, Peter. That's an
Yep.
L.
Yep.
That's a big L.
What do you got to say about that, Peter?
It's crazy, man. It's crazy to see a team just rescind their trade. I get it. You're saying like, oh, the doctors and stuff like that, but everybody knew this man had his surgery. I see on here Adam Schefter. He put a post up on like earlier this morning about the surgeon that did Crosby's surgery. He said that Crosby's doing very well in the early part of his rehab and recovery from surgery to treat a meniscus tear. He's on track in his planned program. He feels very well and is already much improved compared to before surgery. We truly respect the work of the Ravens staff with Max regarding the contract physical exam. We understand the challenge the staff faces. Basically, kind of like he said, the timing of this assessment is unfortunate because the apparent risk will lessen as his recovery progresses and his return to performance over the next few months becomes clear. At this point, Max is doing an excellent job attacking his rehab and his knee is responding very well. Essentially, that just comes to me that they have buyer's remorse. Like they saw him and they're like, you know what? Nah, we're not going to take a chance on him, even though you guys agreed and everything. Like, again, it's bad because you had the best trade offer, obviously, to the Oakland Raiders. And now because of this, you now lower his trade value. Now no one's going to be out here offering 2 picks for you. They're probably just going to offer 1 for you. And, like for that, they could have taken some other deal. Who knows what somebody else could have offered them and they decided to go with Baltimore. And now because of all this, I mean, who knows what Oakland's going to get now? I mean, obviously the biggest losers are Oakland. They made, like we said, they made a lot of moves thinking that money was off the Vegas. Sorry. I'm thinking of old, they thought that they had that money off the books and now it's coming right back to them. So I agree with what Lo said in the group chat earlier, that this is going to hurt also the other teams making trades with Baltimore as well. Because, how are you going to invest, all this time and effort into this if this team's going to come and, do whatever swindle to go and, rescind the trade. It's a shame because Max Crosby, he put a whole video, like a whole 12-minute video thanking Las Vegas and everything, and then he was excited to join Baltimore and try to win a championship with them. He flew over there and everything to then just be like, all right, we're coming right back. That's a shame, bro. It's embarrassing. Honestly, for real, hopefully Oakland could do something. Las Vegas could do something and get a trade going for him. And I hope he has a great season. And if they ever play Baltimore, he gotta have his revenge game.
100%. I can't stress enough how dirty of a play that was by Baltimore. I don't care what people have to say. It definitely is not against the rules. You're more than allowed to fail somebody's physical and, rescind the trade. It's more within their rights to do. We saw the Lakers do it last year with Mark Williams.
Yep.
But again, to me, it is just a dirty play, especially when it's to a caliber of a player of a top 3 pass rusher of Max Crosby, knowing up front that he had surgery, knowing up front that he is recovering well, that he just got off of crutches and he's rehabbing, to have buyer's remorse this far into it, a couple of days after you did the trade. I don't know, bad luck. And I understand it. You want your first round picks back. Listen, we all do things we don't want to do sometimes. That's why you should take your time to make these trades. You don't see my Patriots. You want a first, second, and a player here, fail AJ Brown's physical and get their picks back because they had buyer's remorse. No, we're taking our sweet time until we can agree on something that's going to get the job done. If we can't get the job done, we're A-okay with it. That's something that you just don't do is rescind something of a big trade like that, especially with a caliber of player of a Max Crosby. It's a terrible look. And honestly, like I said, I hope you guys, other teams take note of this when they're actually negotiating with Baltimore. So in terms of Trey Hendrickson, love the signing. Like I said, they needed a pass rusher. He was the best pass rusher available in free agency, so absolutely love it. We talked about it earlier. Devin Lloyd, he signed with the Carolina Panthers. 3-year, $45 million contract with $25 million guaranteed. Love it for him. Great fit with Carolina. Carolina's boosting up their defense. We
Yeah,
got
Carolina, and Washington. They're
mhm.
they're low key doing a lot of moves
Yeah, man.
defensively.
Washington. I'll cover these two moves real quick by Washington because they are, believe, I think it was Washington. Well, so Odafe Owe, he was traded to the Chargers last year, had a really good playoff game for them. He just signed with Baltimore, 4-year, $100 million deal. And I believe they got Caleb on Chase on today on a 1-year contract worth $12 million. I was trying to find that on my little tracker here.
Oh, the Commanders.
Yep.
Uh,
Caleb on Chase on.
yeah.
Number 30, 1-year, $12 million deal. He was our leading sacker last year. Really like that move for them. They just got 2 pass rushers. Was hoping we can get, as a Patriots fan, I was hoping that we can get Caleb on Chase on back and add him with Draymond Jones, who we just signed. And, I was hoping that we can make, at least bolster up the pass rush. We're obviously going to either do that by a trade now or with the draft. But great move by them. You got quarterbacks there that you want to hunt. Dak Prescott, Jalen Hurts, and can't think of the Giants rookie.
It's I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't think of his name at the moment. But they got quarterbacks there that you want to hunt, and the best way to do it is by signing.
It's Jackson Dart. There you go, Jackson Dart.
There you go.
Jackson Dart.
The next big move, this happened on the opening day of free agency, day 1 of the legal tampering period. Kenneth Walker III signs with Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah,
that was a big move. 3-year, $45 million contract. What do you guys think, man? That to me was huge.
It's a good move.
Super Bowl MVP goes to join the Dark Empire, the team that everybody is counting out right now, and they're retooling and rebuilding.
Yeah, it's a good move for the Chiefs. So there's nothing more to say than that. He's going to ball out.
Mm-hmm.
Really good move by the Chiefs. Real quick, I remember you guys talked about this. Seattle didn't do the franchise tag on him, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, no re-sign, no franchise tag.
And there you go. That's why he left.
No, I mean,
they want to pay him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They don't want to pay him. That's why he left.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for a running back.
What's his deal looking like? It's 3 years. What?
$45 million, only 28 guaranteed. Almost 29 guaranteed.
Not bad. That's good. He's become the highest paid free agent running back. That's good. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it.
He does.
100% deserve it.
Super Bowl MVP, and I mean he balled out in the Super Bowl. And obviously, like the team itself, they didn't want to, like, again, the same thing we talk about, Los. He went and got his bag. Get your money, bro.
So we'll see that on the Chiefs if he's gonna make that jump into elite tier running back. Like
Chiefs have been stacking up.
Christian McCaffrey level, or Christian McCaffrey, Saquon, Derrick Henry, that level of running back for the price that they pay.
I personally think, yes, he's a tier below, that echelon of a player, but he's got that Super Bowl MVP, and you guys know how I feel about that. That holds a lot of weight in this conversation. So when we're comparing between him and Saquon Barkley, for example, Saquon does not have the Super Bowl MVP. Jalen Hurts balled out in the Super Bowl, not Saquon Barkley. So Kenneth Walker kind of has the edge there in that circumstance. So for me, he's well deserving of this contract, and it's a shame that Seattle didn't reward him for his performance.
It was a different type of game against the Eagles. Like it was more like it was basically just dominant. The Seahawks dominated, but it was still like a semi-close game, and they didn't do much offensively.
The reason that is because Kenneth Walker, if you think about it, in that Super Bowl, yes, Sam Darnold did not turn the ball over. But what Sam Darnold could not do is he could not move the ball on our secondary. And I've been saying it time and time again, we were going to shut down Jackson Smith and Jigba. And what did we do? We shut down Jackson Smith and Jigba to the point where, you know what? The way they won this That's exactly it. We could not shut down the run. And the way they won that football game was Kenneth Walker. If Kenneth Walker has a mid performance or a normal performance like we've seen from him before, they might not be Super Bowl champions because it was a highly defensive game. And he was the one getting them the bulk carries. He was the one getting them those bulk yards. He earned that Super Bowl MVP. He won them the championship for them.
And it was the opposite with the Eagles. They stopped Saquon at all costs, so it's going to be on Jalen Hurts' arm, and that was what he did. We beat him through the air, other than the ground. So
yeah, but again, hard work speaks. He's got it. Saquon doesn't. So to me, he's up. He's just up there with
both
them.
got rings.
Yeah,
and Saquon had offensive player of the year, bro.
Yep, he does have the offensive.
Darn near MVP.
Damn near, but
2,000 yards versus Super Bowl MVP is. I think I'll take 2,000 yards.
That the Super Bowl MVP matters a lot there. And shout out, I'm not taking nothing away from Saquon Barkley in this. Saquon Barkley is elite. I'm just saying Kenneth Walker, he's definitely not the top 3, but he's right there with them. He's probably like that. If those are tier A, he's the starter tier B.
So you would go Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry, Saquon, then Kenneth Walker.
At this very moment, let me think. Yeah. He's the start of tier B. Yeah, go ahead. He's the start of tier B. Those are tier A, and that's tier B. If I'm missing somebody, I'm missing somebody. That's definitely the start of tier B.
I feel like we are. Devon Achane, Bijan, Jonathan Taylor, Kyron Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs.
So yeah, they're really good, and they're I think yes, they are better players than him when it comes to like running the football and stuff, but when it comes down to these playoff performances, they haven't been able to get the job done. Kenneth Walker got the job done when it mattered the most. He moved the chain.
I'm not even talking about the playoffs or the one game. I'm talking about like significance on the team. Like yes, he was significant in the he was significant in the Super Bowl. So that was
the whole playoffs because the backup running back went down. Spacing on his
Charbonnet.
Yeah, he went down, and that whole playoffs, Kenneth Walker did his thing. He put the team on his back.
Yeah.
So I mean, like yes, I'll take Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson if I'm starting my own team and I'm starting fresh. I'm 100% going to take them over Kenneth Walker. But right now, in terms of like what they've done and accolades, Kenneth Walker has to have his respect right now. And now he's going to get the chance to do it with Kansas City with a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes. And we'll see if he can.
He will 100%.
Now imagine this. He goes to Kansas City. He has he's probably not going to get 2,000 yards because Patrick Mahomes is there and he's going to want his, but he has a 1,500 yard rushing season. I want to say over 10 touchdowns. Like now we're going to put him in that same echelon of like, wow, this man's really good. The reason why he's never really had that is because he's had to deal with Charbonnet taking a lot of the bulk carries for him.
Yeah, that and the touchdowns as well.
Mm-hmm. And although
it's because before that, Kenneth Walker has been hurt a lot.
It has been hurt.
Just staying healthy. That was an issue.
He was 1,000-yard back.
Yeah, he's still 1,000.
Like I said, he's well deserved of the contract, in my opinion. I am not upset with this
one
bit.
Yeah, we'll see. My thing is, we'll see if Seattle needed him or not.
Yeah, that's what I said. We'll see.
That's the main thing.
We'll see. But in terms of accolades and stuff, like I said, you got the 3. They got the OPYs, they got the 2,000-yard rushing seasons, or close to the 2,000-yard rushing seasons, and then right after that, I feel like you got to put Kenneth Walker there with that Super Bowl MVP until somebody else can come up there and outdo.
Forgot about James Cook too. That man James Cook had 1,600 yards.
Yeah. Agree. And I'm not taking anything away from them. I just feel like James Cook is a prime example in the playoffs. You didn't show up, and I know we're gonna blame Josh Allen, which I hope people are blaming Josh Allen for that. But at the same time, you didn't show up when it mattered the most. You know who did? Kenneth Walker.
So we gonna put in a bet in a DraftKings. Kenneth Walker gets over 1,200.
I think he'll go over 1,200. Yeah,
over 1,200 rushing.
Mm-hmm. I think he
All
can
right.
go 400.
I'm write that down just so we can
Yeah, write it down.
just
I
so
personally think he
we can
can,
get some money.
especially with Kansas City. You know, you're gonna have to respect Patrick Mahomes throwing the football, and it's a completely different thing. You know, with Patrick Mahomes throwing the football to Sam Darnold throwing the football. Yes, Sam Darnold just had back-to-back great seasons and a resurgence in his career. Patrick
Yeah.
Mahomes is one of the greatest of all times. You put a respect factor there just off of that. You're not going to load the box on a Patrick Mahomes because he's going to rip you apart.
He
So
he was at 1,000 so last year. So I think 1,200 might be too low. I'm gonna go. Let's go. 14,
okay.
1,300. Yeah, let's do
I
1,300.
still think he touches 13. 14 might be a little too much,
13.
but I think he can hit 1,300, especially like I said. If they're not loading the box on him, and they're respecting Patrick Mahomes, I think he's
Yeah.
going to be able to do that. He'll be more than enough to hit that threshold. But real quick,
Yeah.
obviously, we can't go on about each signing because there's so many of
Yeah,
them.
it's a lot.
So
We might do like a part 2 or something like next week.
definitely. So real quick, what I'm just
Yeah.
gonna do, I'm gonna highlight
I'm
some
ready
of
to
the
move.
key signings here. You got Boyle Mafi with the Cincinnati Bengals. He just won the Super Bowl with the Seahawks, so good move by them. The Seahawks re-signed Raheem Shaheed. We'll take a second to talk about my Patriots every time these guys come up. Asim, I'll give him the respect as well when it comes to the Eagles. And Peter, as the new Las Vegas fan, I'll give him that same nod here. So you got Elijah Vera Tucker signing with the New England Patriots. It's an incentive-heavy deal. We want him to play, and that's what that deal is. So yes, it is a 3-year deal worth $42 million, which is not a lot. But being only 27 years old, entering your prime, if you can stay healthy, I really like that for our offensive line. Really, really am a fan of that. David Edwards, offensive guard, he signs with the New Orleans Saints. The big one right here, I wanted him on the Patriots. Big fish in the pond, going to San Francisco, moving from the Bay Area in Jacksonville. Mike Evans. What did you
Yep.
guys think of this one?
I think that it's a good move for the Niners. As long as he stays healthy. That's the main thing. So that's about all I can say.
I think it's going to work great with him and Christian McCaffrey. So
as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah, as long as he stays healthy. You got Jamel Dean signing. He's a cornerback. He's signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers. K. Dotton, he re-signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Isaiah Likely following Jim Harbaugh or John Harbaugh. I always get Harbaugh's confused.
John.
John Harbaugh to New York. He signs a contract with the New York Giants on a 3-year, $40 million deal. I kind of wanted him in New England. I'm not going to lie. So I'm a little salty that he went to Baltimore, but I respect it. You love your coach. You want to stay with your coach. So
I think it's good.
Yeah, man. Wan'Dale Robinson is leaving New York. He's also following his old head coach, and he's going to the Tennessee. Yep, he's going to the Tennessee Titans. Like that a lot for him. I'll skip this one. Ellie Manor, offensive tackle. He signed with the Giants. Travis Etienne is another big name. He's signing with the New Orleans Saints. Really like that, especially with Alvin Kamara not being able to stay healthy and him getting into a later stage in his career. They're talking about stopping him. But definitely like that a lot. JFM, John Franklin Meyer, defensive lineman. He signed with the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee made a lot of good moves. They're another team with a rookie contract as a quarterback. You take advantage of that and you make the team as best as you can. Romeo Doubs signing with my New England Patriots. Now, I'm not the most happiest about Romeo Doubs because I wanted a Mike Evans, but it turns out that we're still in play for AJ Brown. I do think that we get the deal done after the June 1st when you can split the salary cap. So if he's my number 2, I love it. Absolutely love it. But if he's going to be entering my season as my number 1, not a big fan of it.
Your wide receiver 1.
Nope. Like I said, we're staying packed. We're being aggressive. I think we really want AJ Brown, and love that. Especially if we can, after June 1st, if we can snag AJ Brown, love that. which I do believe that, we're going to be aggressive in post June 1st when they can split the cap. The trade will get announced and we will have AJ Brown in our possession. Kind of like I said, he doesn't want to play there. You don't want to keep a disgruntled wide receiver on your team. It's just not going to be good, especially if in return he stays there. Now he's throwing games because now he's going to prove a point and he's going to force his way out. You never want to do that. You never want to take that risk. And I do feel like we're not gonna pay a lot like they want at the moment, but we are going to give up a first round pick to next year's draft, which is the better draft in theory, to what everybody's saying, and probably a second or third round pick. If it's a second round pick, it'll be in the following year's draft. If it's a third round pick, it'll be in 2027 draft. So definitely see that happening. And I hope it does happen. Byron Cook to the Cincinnati Bengals, Isaac Samualo to the Arizona Cardinal, Jalen Watson to the Los Angeles Rams. That's a big move, especially after they just traded for Trent McDuffie, another cornerback. LA, man, they're looking dangerous. They're retooling that defense to compete with Seattle in that high-powered offense. And we just saw they can compete with the defense. They can put points up on that defense. So don't be surprised. Rams are going all in if they win the Super Bowl.
All in. One last ride for Stafford.
Real quick, I'll just kind of go over the key ones. Yeah, like I just talked about Caleb on Chason. Chig Okongwu, he just won with the Washington Commanders. I think that was pretty cool. He is a younger tight end entering his prime. I thought he was always promising. The Eagles, here we are. Finally got to somebody for you, Asim. Tariq Woolen has signed with the Philadelphia Eagles to add to that elite cornerback staff that they have over there. What do you think, man? 1 year, $15 million deal.
I mean, we needed a cornerback. So I don't know if Adoree Jackson is staying or not. So, but either way, we need cornerback depth. So I'm fine with it. We'll see how it goes.
It's a big contract, $15 million for a season.
It's just a year, so
it's still a lot of money.
He just came off of winning the Super Bowl, so the price probably was up a little bit more, but we'll see how he works with our defense. Gonna be the corner on. At least he'll be guarding like the wide receiver twos, but in our division, the wide receiver twos are pretty hefty. If we're talking about Cowboys and Giants, if the Giants draft a wide receiver, so
yeah,
we'll see.
Here, staying with the Eagles here, like you said, you can't pay everybody. Nakobe Dean signing with Peters, Las Vegas Raiders. Big move by them. 25 years old. Seem, how do you feel?
I mean, yeah, we're fine on linebacker. So we drafted a linebacker. He's doing pretty well. Yeah, somebody had to go. We got a lot of depth in that position, thankfully. So let him get the bag on the Raiders, and thankfully it wasn't the Cowboys. So
looked like the Raiders also got his former teammate too, Quay Walker.
Yeah,
yep. Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they want good chemistry. They want he's a good player. I like Dean as long as he's healthy as well. So
yep. Big one here, Bradley Chubb, of former Miami Dolphin, signing with the Buffalo Bills. He is coming off a torn ACL, so want to see how that does. But that is big because they needed pass rush help. So like that for Buffalo, but I hate that as a Patriots fan. Like I said, we signed Draymond Jones, Joshua Joby. They replaced Tyreek with him. They re-signed him, so like that for them.
Kenneth Gainwell.
Yep, Kenneth Gainwell went to the Buccaneers. I don't really like that as much because he's really going there to be the third string.
Oh, Gainwell?
Yep.
No, he's gonna be basically splitting with Bucky Irvin.
And Rashad White is still there?
With Rashad White is gonna be gone by that time. He's not staying on the Bucks. Rashad White, he's gone. Huh?
I don't see where he's gonna go. He's there. They're keeping him.
They were talking about him going to the what was the team? Cardinals. Yeah, I think it was the
They
Cardinals.
just signed James Conner, and they signed another running back. I think I don't know. I think he's
Yeah,
staying.
they're talking.
Right?
They're talking about bringing in White for depth, but
See, I
but
think he's going to
he's
stay
gone.
in Tampa Bay.
He's not better than Kenneth Gainwell.
Moving on.
This
Kevin,
man told why you dodging the conversation. Kenneth
listen,
Gainwell is better than Rashad White.
one good season with Pittsburgh is not going to make me say he's better than Rashad White. Can't do it.
What has Rashad White done on the Bucks?
I mean, he had a really good season with them when he was the starter before Bucky Irving got there. So I always liked Rashad White. I always thought he was a really good running back.
He's not good.
I mean, yeah, he almost had 1,000 yards in 23. That was before they drafted Bucky Irving.
And
They just
Bucky Irvin instantly
team
his
is,
first
passing.
year coming in was instantly better than Rashad White.
Hey,
So now the only reason why they bring in Gainwell is because when Rashad White, when Bucky Irvin was hurt for most of the season, White was not cutting it, and so now they need somebody that can cut it if Bucky Irvin were to get out for any
listen,
reason.
like I said, I'm looking at their stats right now. Kenneth Gainwell's never had more than 600 rushing yards in a season. Never.
Okay.
Rashad White has. He's almost had 1,000-yard rushing season. Okay, he's never had more than 5 touchdowns in a season.
Gainwell's role, he's never been in a role where he had to be the running back.
And he's
The
not
running
going
back one until he was on the Steelers when what's his name got hurt on the Steelers, and Gainwell had to come in and took over basically. So that was like his first shot. When he was on the Eagles, he was basically a backup, and he wasn't a bad backup either.
I get it. You have a sentimental attachment because he's a former Eagles, taking Rashad White over him. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So like,
we'll let the internet make that decision.
Yeah, man. We'll look at their stats and comment below. Rashad White or Kenneth Gainwell. Aaron Rodgers couldn't even save the man. He had a couple good games, but he was never the starter. We know who the starter was in Pittsburgh. Moving on, Patriots once again. Kevin Byard led the league in interceptions last year. He comes to join the best secondary in football, the New England Patriots. 1 year, $9 million deal. Absolutely love that. Absolutely love it for us. Again, we don't have the pass rush like some of these other teams, and I'm hoping that we can. I'd prefer that we don't get A.J. Brown if that means we get Max Crosby because we desperately need an elite pass rusher. But, you know, it is what it is. If we get him in the draft, I'll like it. If not, you know, I think that's something that we need to really work on is that pass rush. But Kevin Byard, without digressing, really good. He led the league in interceptions, and now he's joining Christian Gonzalez, who in my opinion is a top 5 cornerback in the league, Carlton Davis, and Marcus Jones, who's a ball hawk in his own right. Yeah, love that for us. Rico Dowdle. Yeah, go ahead.
The Raiders, Peter's team. I like the move that they made with getting what's his name? Jalen Naylor. The wide receiver. He was their third wide receiver on the Vikings. But I think he's a good pickup for the Raiders. I think he'll do fine.
Rico Dowdle, I think, was the big move right here. He signed with Pittsburgh. Huge move because he had a great season with Carolina last year. And man, 2 years, $12 million deal. I think solid for Pittsburgh. They got a big back to help out with Jalen. I can't think of his name right now. I just said his name too. To help out in that running back core. Love that a lot.
Are you talking about the Steelers?
Yeah.
Oh, Steelers running back.
Mm-hmm. Jalen Warren.
Yeah, Warren. Yeah, Jalen Warren.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here we go. Tyler Algier. He was the one that went to Arizona, so I don't see them trading for Rashad White. But yeah. Oh, and the last one, Reed Blankenship, former Eagles, got to pour more salt in the seam's wounds.
I'm fine.
The white boy tandem that they had going on there in Philadelphia.
Exciting whites.
Yeah, the exciting whites are no more as Reed Blankenship signs with the Houston Texans. So I know I skipped a whole bunch of people that are signing, but I went over kind of like the big ones. There's just too much to kind of go. We'll be here for another hour if I were to just go in and we talk about every free agent signing when like obviously we don't got to talk about every free agent signing, just the big ones and then our respective teams.
Basically talked about mostly all of it. So, but it's a good signing for the Texans. Blankenship's a dog. So, we loved him here in Philly. So they got a good safety. He wasn't like amazing his last year here. He missed some tackles, got beat a couple times, but the way the Texas defense runs, that he'll be fine.
Yeah, man.
The way they operate.
Real quick before we move off from football, I did just want to if you have any so we have the best availables on the free agency market here. Just want to shout out a couple names and hope that they go to a good place because they had a really good season last year. I know you're big on Kyler Murray. It's looking like he's taking his due diligence.
Be a Viking, like I said, a Viking.
Yep, I won't be surprised if he is. They're very hot on his trails, but he is taking his due diligence to interview with multiple teams and potentially get the best offer for him. So I'm not upset with that. You got Juwan Jennings. He's still a free agent. I think he's very promising wide receiver. Obviously, he's not a wide receiver one. You want him to be like your 2 or your 3. Okay with that. You got Joey Bosa, who's still a free agent. Would love that, Patriots, especially if you don't want to trade for Max Crosby. Joey Bosa, please. Love that. You got Kirk Cousins available. Calais Campbell, who's older, but he just
Kirk is old too.
He's 40. Yeah, Kirk is old, but I think he'll get a job somewhere.
They were talking about the Raiders picking up Kirk to basically mentor Mendoza. That's up to Kirk if he wants to play that role.
Listen, Kirk, Pittsburgh. That's your guy right there. You need a quarterback. You need one bad.
One old quarterback with the Achilles injury to another old quarterback with the Achilles injury.
Exactly.
No.
Stephon Diggs is available for teams that might need another wide receiver. Personally, I would not be mad if we re-signed Diggs on a more team-friendlier contract than what we had him on.
He going to the contract's going to be prison. That's the contract.
Yeah, it is, dude. The contract is gonna be prison. All right, Asim.
It is pending legal matters here, so we'll see what happens with Diggs. Deebo Samuel, I think he still has some juice in the tank. He is 30, but I think a team can make it work with him. Hassan Reddick, he's a free agent right now. Would love edge rusher, like I said, even though he's older, would love that in New England. Oh, Rachaad White is actually a free agent.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And I was wrong about him going to what's the team I said? They said it was the Seahawks might want Rachaad White.
Okay.
Yeah, Seahawks might pick him up.
Dallas Goedert is a free agent. Patriots, we need tight ends. I wouldn't mind if we got Goddard. Nice little sting on the Eagles there.
I mean, it's okay. Like, I'm not hot over these people that were known that we're gonna go. So
Fair.
Goddard, we need somebody that can block. That's our biggest issue.
Yeah, we still have Hannah Henry for another year, so we don't get him, but just the name that they're out there. Darren Waller's a free agent. Trayvon Diggs fall off from grace from where he was at, but he's a free agent. David Njoku, Calvin Austin III. Wow. Kyle Van Noy, I think he could really do good with some teams if they need a veteran linebacker there. He was really good in his day, and he's still decent now with Baltimore, so really like that for them. And hey, Jadeveon Clowney, he is 33 now, but I mean, shit, he had a decent year last year with Dallas. I would not be mad if we got him. Like I said, we are desperate for pass rush help. But that is all for football, boys. We I knew it was going to take a long time.
It was a lot.
But it's a lot of transactions that have happened. That's the thing.
Yeah, this one's a pretty big free agency, and it all happened in a day. Like mostly all of it happened within a day.
Literally, that first day was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Wish we could have got to record. I know we were all busy that Monday. I went
Yeah.
to Monday Night Raw, so I could not record. And by the time I got home, it was pretty late. And then, of course, Asim and Peter, they have jobs as well. They have a lot of things on their plate. So just tough to be able to record those days. And then, yeah. But moving on. Last night, guys, we got to see history. I know some people want to talk about it in a bad way because he did shoot a lot of free throws. Bam Adebayo, 83 points, guys. Peter, you've been waiting for this. I'm gonna give you the floor. What do you think?
So, just like Lo said, Bam Adebayo has now the second most points in NBA history. Crazy to say, yes, crazy to say. If you actually, funny enough, if you type his name in Google, a bunch of confetti comes out and it goes 83 points with a fire emoji.
Gosh, wow.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah, I just seen it right now. So first off, let's just be real. Congrats to Bam for making history. We're not gonna hate on him that much. We are gonna hate, but we're not gonna hate on him that much. It's still impressive for you to score 83 points. So good for you. Happy for him. He was there with his girlfriend. Are they engaged now, or are they just still just dating?
I think they're just dating still.
Yeah. All right. Well, he was there with his girlfriend and obviously the WNBA star. And he was there. He's like, oh, now that it's gonna be Will, me, and then Kobe, which is just diabolical to just think of. It's just crazy. But let's go with the stats. Let's just be realistic with it. Bam was playing the Washington Wizards, who are atrocious. They are terrible. They are, obviously they're trying to get that number one pick. They're doing everything they can. They're really bad. Last time we checked, I think they were competing for the worst record. Let's see how they are now. They are they're not there yet. They're almost there. They just got to get like one or two more games and they're there. So what did I think of this game? Honestly, guys, I thought this game was atrocious. This game was terrible. I'll just be real. Whoa. I thought that there was like an ad that just popped up. I thought somebody was calling me. So I saw some highlights of the game. The Wizards were not playing any defense on Bam for like 3.5 quarters. Then once he had the 60 points, then they started double teaming him. And I'm like, really? Now y'all want to play defense on this man? And they started fouling the hell out of the man. So listen, he played 42 minutes. He was the only one that passed 30 minutes of the whole team. So Eric Spoelstra knew what the hell he was doing. The man had 43 shot attempts and 43 free throw attempts, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. He just was completely playing just him. This is just atrocious. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Out of all these games that you've seen, this is just atrocious. Just seeing it happen. I mean, sure, he was doing okay, but just 7 for 22 from 3, just 36 for 43 free throw attempts. Didn't even get 10 rebounds. I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed with the league for the Wizards for allowing this to happen. But like I said, good for Bam. Your name is in the record books as second most points, but it's just diabolical just thinking about it. But I'll agree with Los that he said in our group chat that this does give me a lot of hope that Wemby might be the first one to hit 100 since Wilt. So I can't wait for that day to come. Something more deserving.
Hey, man, I can't agree with you more. I know a lot of Heat fans are 83 is 83. Yeah, 83 is 83. He is etched in history. Second most points in NBA history. For some people, the most points because they don't believe that Wilt actually did it. Listen, okay?
He did it. So
you said he didn't?
He did it. Yeah, he
Oh
did.
yeah, he did. I think he
He
did,
did.
but some people
It's written in
don't
paper.
believe
Took a photo. What more proof do you need?
there's no actual footage of the actual game and pictures
Yeah.
of the actual game, so some people think it's just fake NBA lore. But without digressing too much, I was watching the game, and that's the most shameless basketball I think I've ever seen in my life. You got the Heat, who are at least up by like 25 at this point, and they're purposely fouling the Washington Wizards so that way they can get the ball back to Bam Adebayo. And then the Wizards are playing hard ball denial on Bam Adebayo, and they still get the ball to Bam Adebayo, and they still find a way to foul him. It was
And it
the
makes
most shameless basketball I've ever seen in my life. Absolutely shameless. I gotta agree with some people, man. Like, yeah, 83 is 83. Congrats, you're etched in history. But man, shameless. You definitely don't. That was just awful. Like, you did not care how you got there. You probably shot like 10 or 15 free throws in a row to get there after you got 70. Crazy to me. Absolutely crazy to me. And the fact that you guys are okay with doing it that way, man, it is what it is, right? You're in history, but disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Kobe did it in less. Joel Embiid did it more efficiently with 70 points without playing a fourth quarter. Devin Booker's was more impressive. Just calling it how it is.
Bro, just even like listening to Kobe's his 81 was he shot 28 for 46. So he had a 61% from the field, 7 for 13 from 3, and 18 of 20 free throw. Like, this man Bam had 43, more than double the free throw attempts that Kobe had. Like, what in the world is happening right now? Like, it's insane. It just was fouling him every single time. Foul. Crazy. But Bam now has the 6th, according to the NBA records for game score, he has the 6th best game of NBA history. Number 1 is still Michael Jordan, Luka Doncic being number 2 for his game in 2024, and Kobe with his 81-point game is number 3. So he didn't even crack the top 3, even though he passed Kobe's points. He didn't pass the game score. It's just because game score totals everything all together, overall game, and also like level of competition and everything. So he just played a trash team. Like, he just played the trashiest team ever. And bro, honestly, both teams should be ashamed. Like, both teams should be ashamed. Like, the Heat should be ashamed, like, that they were doing everything that Los was saying, and Spoelstra just leaving him out there for 42 minutes, just being like, yo, cherry pick, do whatever you got to do. Like, we gonna get this record today.
I'm on the side of do it.
And then shame on the Wizards for just playing like garbage. I used to be one of those people. That thought that Wilt, like, I was like, nah, there's no way Wilt did it. Now I believe it. Wilt was playing with like plumbers and electricians and shit. I can imagine that Wilt definitely dropped like 100 or something on all of them. If Bam Adebayo dropped 83 on the Wizards.
The Wizards don't care. They can play unethical hoops.
They need to investigate the Wizards for tampering. This is tampering here.
They already like investigated and fined a bunch of teams. So I don't remember if it was the Wizards that was one of them, but like, so be it. There ain't nothing more you could take away from the Wizards.
So I see you're the only one that seems to like how he got there. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's to get 83 points in the game is an impressive feat. Even with the free throws, like, he made the free throws, so you got to give it to him. So it's just one of those things that you rarely see happen, and it's happened. The basketball players are unimpressed. Coaches are unimpressed by it. So to them, it probably shouldn't have been a thing. That's just one of those one of those situations where they found out, the Wizards effed around and found out what would happen. The Heat did the same thing. They, effed around and found out what would happen if you keep Bam in and just let him run up the score. That's what happened. So
I
the series they made.
wanted to talk about that, actually, like what the coaches said. I mean, and the other players and stuff. So I actually took a screenshot of what some coaches and some NBA players actually said regarding this 83-point game that Bam got. So Eric Spoelstra, he said that he didn't dare think about taking him out. So there you go. That was Spoelstra's way of thinking. Brian Keefe, the Wizards coach, he said in the fourth quarter, it turned into not a real basketball game. Giannis, that's the coach of the Wizards saying that, by the way. So there you go. Giannis, he gave him his props. He said, it doesn't matter how you get there. Like 30 years from now, nobody's going to remember how many free throws he shot. I don't think I remember how many shots Kobe had or how many free throws he made or threes. All you got to remember is 81. Wilt 100. So at the end of the day, he got 83 points. KD said, I couldn't believe it when I was hearing it in real time. Congratulations to Bam. I looked at his stats. It's pretty crazy. 40 shots, 40 free throws, 23s to pass Kobe as the second highest scorer in the history of the game. Congrats to him. Something we'll talk about forever. Ime Udoka, he trashed on this. He said, first thing you think is how, not because of him, but because of the way he plays. I saw he only made 7 threes, but 40 free throws or something like that. Tells the story right there. And the Washington Wizards. And then Oubre saying, sticking up for Embiid, saying, I'm just going to say this, man. Embiid did it efficiently, and he did it in 3 quarters. So as we see, like Asim said, it's kind of like not everybody is in favor of it. Not everybody is too happy about it. Some people, they still are just like, hey, it's 83. 83 is 83. But as Asim, just to piggyback off of what you were saying, it seemed like not everybody's too happy about it. And same thing with Wemby too. Wemby wasn't too impressed when they told him about that. He was just like, oh, okay. He shrugged his shoulders.
Yeah, man. Only thing I gotta say about that, okay, because it happened yesterday. As you saw, he just shot 43 free throw attempts. 43 free throw attempts. He broke the record for free throw attempts. But then you got my guy Jaylen Brown getting ejected because he got fouled and they didn't call the foul. Like I said yesterday to you guys, man, the league picks and choose who they want to have these records and who they want to be a star. They gave Bam Adebayo the record because if they really wanted to not call the free throws and be like, look, this game's out of hand, you're not going to get these foul calls, they would have never called it. But yes, they were fouls. He deserved to go to the free throw line. I just want the league to kind of hold the same fairness towards everybody else, especially people like Jaylen Brown, who's in a marquee game. He is an MVP candidate. He's going up against another MVP candidate on prime television, and you just robbed away the best chance for the Celtics to win by taking away our best player. And yes, I'm going to call him our best player because Jason Tatum is coming off of an Achilles injury. So, that's the only thing that I had to say about that in terms of like the free throw attempts, because I've been preaching about it for a while now. I feel like my Celtics, we don't get the credit we deserve. We don't get the respect that we deserve by the referees. And Jaylen Brown, for example, he doesn't get the respect he deserves from the refs. I feel like he is fouled more than he gets credit for and more than he's put on the line for. And I bet you SGA is probably going to be the next one to have 85 free throws in a game because you can't lay a hand on him. And it's crazy. So,
oh man,
he just ain't got it, man. You're not SGA.
You're not SGA. You're not Bam. I don't know what you got to do, bro. But hey, JB, keep doing you. Keep
not
being
being
yourself.
Celtic, man. That's what he got to do.
Maybe it is an agenda against the Celtics, but hey, JB is one of the best players in the league. Finals MVP. I love having him in Boston. Thank you for being with us. Outside of that, guys, any performances that stood out to you guys this week?
To me, I want to give. I don't want everybody to think that we're biased or that we always like shit on this guy and stuff. Just because we have an opinion on who we think is winning the MVP race. But I wanted to give respect to SGA, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. His last game against the Nuggets, it was really, really good. He played phenomenal. He was definitely MVP like there, 35 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds, almost a triple-double against the Nuggets. Jokic had a triple-double in there himself, with like a 30, I think it was like a 32-point triple-double. He did really good as well. But that was like that to me is what I want to see SGA do. And I want to see SGA out there just going crazy. He is tied right now with Wilt for the most 20-point games. So one more game, which I'm pretty sure he's going to break it. But I wanted to definitely give a highlight to him because he played very well. Same thing with Kawhi. Kawhi right now, he's playing crazy. He's got 30 points in the halftime. So shout out to Kawhi.
Yeah, man.
I do when he's healthy, he turns it up, man. He's really, really good. So, but yeah, those were the two performances that I definitely wanted to point out.
Asim?
Yeah, I agree with the OKC and Nuggets game.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
agree
agree.
again. SGA deserved the respect there. 35 and 15, 9 rebounds, almost a triple-double there. Can't hate it. Probably did shoot a lot of free throws that game. I actually didn't look at the free throw numbers. I did just see my fantasy team, and I was like, "Whoa, wow, this would happen when I'm on a bye week." But, it is what it is. I got the bye week, so it happens. Shout out SGA for that.
Honestly, Los, he actually didn't. He only shot 4 free throws.
Oh, wow. Well, even better. Respect.
That's what I'm saying. He had a great game. He was 4 for 4 from the free throw line.
And that game winner, too. The game
winning 3. Yep, and the game winning 3.
Like I said, I looked at my fantasy team. I saw that SGA had 115 points or so. I was like, damn, hope this happens next week when I'm in the divisional round of my playoff game, because Jesus Christ.
Hey,
yeah, man.
Hey, breaking news. We got some beef. DeJounte Murray.
Oh, I seen this. Yeah, I seen it.
Drops Sheed and stands over him.
I did see that, yeah.
Crossed him up, hit a 3, and then came up to him and it stood over him.
Hey, I gotta look at the highlight. Definitely sounds disrespectful though. Hey, shout out to DeJounte Murray for coming back and playing at a high level though.
Jokic currently got a triple-double going into the fourth quarter. 16 points, 12 rebounds, 13 assists against the Rockets. 93-69, they were beating them.
Hey, Jokic, in my opinion, if he doesn't miss another game, I think he should be the MVP. But that's just me. Averaging a triple-double again. I know people are tired of Jokic winning it, man. He's probably the best player in basketball. And SGA, Hey, you're right there with him. You're number 2. I do want to give a shout out to my guy, Jason Tatum. Of course, you guys know me.
Oh, yeah.
But he came back from a torn Achilles. Damn, dude, what a comeback that he had. His first game back, 15 points, 12 rebounds, had a double-double, had 7 assists. Man, just can't, I know his shooting efficiency is not the best right now. I don't expect it to be the best. I don't think anybody does, especially coming back that fast from a torn Achilles, especially, it happening in last year's playoffs and everybody else who got hurt, Dame before you, can't think of his name right now, the Pacers point guard, Tyrese Halliburton.
Halliburton,
Yeah, happening after you, Kyrie Irving being hurt in the season, and they're still not back. It just shows the work ethic that you put in outside of the court to get back, and I think you honestly deserve a shout out. He's been playing good in my standards for somebody who's come third game back. Still got to get his feet under him, and he's not in peak shape as everybody else is who's been playing all season. So shout out to Jason Tatum, man. I love to see you healthy. Love what you're doing, and I can't wait to actually see you with your legs under you come playoff time and being with JB, leading us to hopefully banner number 19. So,
hey, that first game back for Tatum, he did decent, man. He had 15 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists, and a steal. Like, he did pretty good, man. And looks like he's averaging, like, he's only played the 3 games, but he's averaging almost 20 points per game. I mean, if you can get a 20-point per game from this guy in the playoffs, even if he's able to get more and get himself like a 25-30, I'm telling you, man, Boston gonna be dangerous come playoff time. Like, they're gonna be they're gonna be knocking on the doors, man. They might make it out the East.
I agree more. I can't agree more. And yeah, excited to see it. Like I said, the only thing I was mad about was that they really ejected Jalen Brown last night. It
Yeah, they
wasn't
did
really,
him dirty. He went on his social media, was talking about it too. He's like, "This is what I
oh
be
yeah, he
talking
always
about, man."
he always does, and he'll be the one to go.
Outspoken, bro. He's an outspoken dude.
And the league hates that. The league does not like that he's outspoken. But shit, man, JB, you're the smartest player in the league. You are the best player on my Celtics. And last night they did you dirty, man. They really did.
A lot of injuries going on too in the NBA. Steph Curry apparently going to be out 10 more days with a knee injury. You got Maxey out for at least 3 weeks with a finger tendon. There's a lot of injuries going on as well. So
for 2 more weeks, Joel Embiid, Franz Wagner
Yep.
still, yeah, a
Yep.
lot of them.
Hopefully these players can get better, and so we can see them come playoff time, because I want the playoffs to be a good one this year.
Agreed. And that's all I could ask for is good hoops.
Yep.
Well, I think that's all that we have for NBA. While Steam seems to be gone right now, let's real quick, let's talk about wrestling, man. What you think? Since the last time last week, so I do want to apologize to you guys for us. Again, we did not record on Saturday, even though we said we were. It's just the UFC card was out, and we were gonna be too distracted watching the UFC fights to then rewatch a wrestling match. So hopefully this weekend we can actually do it and watch a wrestling match and give you more reviews on that. I was thinking about starting a Patreon for us. So if I do that, I'll let you guys know. That way you guys can tag along and watch what we can't do on YouTube. And, you guys can watch it with us as we give our personal opinions on that. But yeah, man, we had us Roman Reigns last week. He took a big blow from CM Punk, where CM Punk talked about his father. I'll bury you next to your father, That was a crazy thing. And then this weekend on Raw, I was there live. The Usos came out, and the Usos, they were not happy with what CM Punk said. They ended up demanding an apology. CM Punk doubled down on what he had to say. And yeah, the friendship there with the Usos and Punk imploded. It looks to me, or do you think that they're maybe hinting on a reunion with the bloodline here? Like, what's going on?
It seems like it. It seems like they might try to do something with that. It kind of makes sense, kind of. I mean, the Usos don't really got too much going on other than they're the tag champions, but like they don't really have a big storyline right now. So I mean, you could just put him back with Roman and try to set something up. I mean, the good thing about it is now, I mean, technically Roman is a baby face, so now you could try to do the whole bloodline thing with everybody being baby faces to see if it works. Obviously, right now with the Punk feud, I think that they're both kind of like tweeners. We don't know who's really the baby face and the heel here, but they're kind of both playing a little bit of both. I like this segment, by the way, the Punk with the Usos. I did not like Jay's contribution to the promo. I think that he does stuff a little forced. I really like Jimmy's though. Jimmy was very calm, collected, and he was kind of like standing his ground. I don't know if it came off that way live because you were live, and Punk was doing really good with his promos as well. Punk is really good, obviously, with the promos. I expected Roman to come out. He didn't. I'm surprised about that. Supposedly he's coming next week. I would have loved for him to come out this past week, and done something about it. Why are you just going to wait another week for what this man said? Like, you need to make this man pay for the words that he said. Don't send your cousins out there to do it, So that is like a little issue that I have, but I will say this is the best thing WWE's got right now. This is their money match. This is the biggest match that they're going to put on this year. So they do have my attention with this. So if the Usos do join Roman, I could see that, and I think I would enjoy it. But if that happens, what is Punk gonna do? Is he gonna be by himself? Is he gonna try to get some allies? Do you bring in then like I was gonna say Powerhouse Hobbs, a Royce Keys? Do you bring him in there? Do you bring somebody else to kind of be like the people that watch your back? I don't know exactly where we're going with this, but But it's interesting. It's definitely the biggest thing WWE's got. It's the marquee, obviously, and I think it's the most the storyline with the most attention.
Yeah,
Bar
I'll tell
none.
you guys, live, it was great live. Jimmy was really annoying. I'm tired of the yelling. I'm tired of the over
Jay.
extraness that you're doing. Yeah, Jay, sorry. Tired of the over extraness that you're doing. Like, I know the fans, especially I was in the lower section on the strong camera side, so they're performing to us. And we're the camera side, and then the show's in front of them. So I know the fans were really excited when his theme song comes out and everybody's eating. But man, I think you do it once and it's cool. The second time he came out, and I felt that the energy from the crowd kind of went down, especially towards the end of the night. Like, just I know I didn't have it in me to do it again and actually stand up and do the yeet with him. So just getting kind of bored with Jey Uso and the extraness, him always yelling. Just like, you can't take anything serious, in my opinion, even something that's supposed to be as serious as this. Hey, and shout out Jimmy Uso. We all said it live as well when he did it. Jimmy sounded like the older brother. He sounded like the more mature one and the one who's sensible here. And hey, look, it's nothing personal. We just want an apology. And I get it. That's your uncle. And that's what I love about this feud. Like, Punk, you did kind of in a sense cross the line about that. And there's not repercussions just with Roman and his father. That the Usos, that's his uncle, and they're gonna stick up for family.
Yep.
And that's something that I'm not upset with, because if that was me, and you said something about my uncle who passed away, and yeah, my brother's not here this week, I'm gonna confront you then, because at the end of the day,
Yep.
I got to stick up for my family. But I also love the way that Punk kind of went back at it. He said, what Roman said last year regarding Dusty Rhodes, he never had to go out and apologize for it. And, he's good friends with Cody Rhodes, and Roman never got the repercussions and was forced to apologize. So he doubled down on what he said. And that was respect there. I was like, you know what, Punk? That's why you're one of the best on the mic in the history of the game. You brought back something that Roman did last year, and we all thought was a low blow at that time too, where he talked about Dusty Rhodes. And hey, karma's a bitch sometimes. So I love the angle. I love what they're doing right now, and it's
And not
definitely
just that, Los. Another thing too that Punk did well was kind of saying like how like Roman's dad would be disappointed in the person that Roman was during that rise of being the tribal chief, the abuse that he put his cousins through. Obviously, like,
yeah,
who doesn't remember that crazy feud that Roman and Jay had, where Jay was at his peak, being this character of like, this was supposed to be the only one to beat Roman. And obviously Jimmy being involved in this and everything. So yeah, I mean, Punk did well in that, showing like, hey, like you think what I say is bad, but what Roman has done to his entire family and what he's done especially to you too, nobody asked him to apologize, or he doesn't have to pay for that. Like, nah, everything is great there. It's all psychological. It all makes sense. It all has callbacks. This is the type of promos and feuds that I want to see WWE do.
Yeah, man. Hey, Asim, I know you're the casual here when it comes to wrestling and WWE. CM Punk, his promo skills, best in the business,
top
man.
notch.
If it's not him, it's MJF, dude. They're by far the best two promo artists in the game right now. They can cut a promo with the best of them. So highly recommend you give those a watch. With WWE staying there, I did not like this. I'm a part of the couple million or 100,000 that disliked it. Cody Rhodes defeated Drew McIntyre for the WWE Championship on SmackDown. I'm gonna just flat out and say it. I absolutely hated this. You guys already heard my take before, where I said I would love for Cody Rhodes not to get the belt until he turns heel, starts a heel faction, and pioneers the future of the business as the heel of the company. WWE, they had different plans on it. They want to sell tickets. They feel like Cody Rhodes will help them sell tickets. They also felt like Cody Rhodes, for the work that he put in this year, deserves to headline night one of WrestleMania and enter as the champion. I hated it. Completely hated it. I think you guys did Drew dirty. Drew was doing some of the best work in his career leading up to WrestleMania, and I think he deserved that main event spot. I hated it completely. Completely hate it. Peter.
So I see the execution. I see what they were trying to do. Unfortunately, I do believe that WWE failed in that aspect because, listen, it's true what Los was saying. What Drew was doing right now was really good work. He's really good on social media. He has the look, and obviously, like him beating Cody Rhodes on SmackDown unexpectedly in that 3 stages of hell match helped them very much, and you helped push him as a main eventer. Obviously, you gave also Drew his just dues because this man has not really had a proper WWE title reign since he won in the pandemic. But I he didn't deserve that. He should have had his moments in front of fans. Then he wins the belt, and then he gets cashed on. So by Damian Priest. So you embarrassed this man. This man's been a company guy, So him winning that belt off of Cody Rhodes on a SmackDown. Yes, it wasn't clean. It was because Jacob Fatu interfered, but still it worked well with his character. He was doing great, and you had a great setup for an amazing night 1 main event for WrestleMania. You had a fatal 4-way in your hands. You could have had Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton go against each other and have a spectacular match. Let everybody go out there and do whatever they got to do. You chose not to. You chose to go the safe route, which is, hey, we're going to give Cody his belt back, and it's going to be Cody versus Randy. I'm not saying I don't like the match. Obviously, I like it. They have history and everything, but you run into the same dilemma that you're having with Roman and Punk, which I'm cool with because, they're both baby faces. Now you kind of got to try to figure out with their promos and everything, who is the one that you're like, I'm going to root for this one. I'm not going to root for that one. It's the same thing right now with Randy and Cody. They're both baby faces. So it just doesn't create any intrigue for me. The only way, I'm going to be honest with you, Los, the only way WWE can save themselves from a disaster night 1 main event with Randy and Cody, not saying that they won't have a great match. I'm talking storyline wise. The only way you can save it is turning Cody heel. If Cody becomes a heel before WrestleMania starts, then fine. Completely okay with this decision. Give Cody his belt back, and you allow him to become this heel character, which we saw in AEW, which he did very, very, very well. We've seen it in New Japan Wrestling as well. It's really good. He's a really, really good heel. Will WWE do that? I don't think so. I think they're going to go and turn Randy heel because Cody just sells too much merchandise. He's too much of a star. I think they're scared to do it. They're going to go the safe route, and they're probably going to turn Randy heel, which I like Randy as a heel, but it's too safe. Do something different. Turn Cody heel and make it all worthwhile. If you only turn Randy heel, then it wasn't worth it. You should have just kept Drew with the title. You should have kept him with the title. Allow him to just be able to defend the belt in WrestleMania, and he could lose it there. And guess what? You have Jacob Fatu there. Jacob could take the pin. Or if you don't want Jacob to take a pin, Randy could take the pin. Somebody else could take the pin. And whoever you want to keep strong, you can keep him strong. But now you just made Drew look like a bitch. You make Drew look like a bitch. After, the time that you made him look like a good main eventer, you just screwed him up. Like, he's not believable anymore. Like, anybody tells me he's about to go after the WWE Championship, I don't believe it. I don't see it. He's going to lose. They treating him like shit, honestly. It's the truth.
And not just that, to harp on that a little more, you put Cody in the Royal Rumble. He loses the Royal Rumble. You put Cody in the Elimination Chamber. You lose the Elimination Chamber. Now, to me, okay, what I take from this is when you do the Royal Rumble is to see who's going to main event WrestleMania. Cool. You gave it to Roman. It's going to be a great thing. He set it up perfectly with Punk. Wish it was a little bit later, but he set it up perfectly with Punk. Then the Elimination Chambers to find out who's going to face the WWE champion for the WWE belt at night 1 of WrestleMania. Perfect. Completely understandable. Randy wins. But now you just devalued both events, in my opinion. And you took away, to me, it discredited some of that as well, because you just went away from that and said, hey, you were supposed to fight Drew, but that's not what we want to do. You know what, Drew, you're going to lose it on SmackDown. And we're going to put Cody there because we all knew that's who we wanted. We all wanted Cody there.
Not just that, Los. They had when Drew beat him, right? When Drew beat Cody, he literally said when he beat him, you cannot challenge me for the WWE Championship no more. So you just got rid of that whole concept.
He had to earn his rematch, and he never earned it.
Yeah.
They just gave it to him, and to me, that was just like a spit to the face, not just the storyline, but to also the people that won those events because they earned that rematch. And yes, I get it; it is a storyline based thing, but if you're gonna build that into the storyline, why are you just gonna throw it away just like that? You could have built it up more to where we see Cody wanted to regain the belt and regain the belt, but he just keeps falling short and short and short to eventually, and you can capitalize that off for SummerSlam where he once again wins the belt back in a phenomenal way. But no, you ruined it, completely ruined it, and devalued and discredited both Roman Reigns and Randy Orton's wins. I didn't like it at all. I don't like it at all one bit. But to not spend too much more time on that, we had the Judgment Day finally turn on Finn Balor. It was something that we were expecting. We saw it coming from a mile away. JD McDonough, he turned on his boy, the guy that he's known for a really long time, as I've been saying, and clotheslined Finn Balor, teaming with Dominic Mysterio to beat the dog shit basically out of Finn Balor. The frog splash on the steel chair. I thought it was done really, really well. I love the segment where he called Dominic a spoiled brat and a prick. I thought it was perfect. He wants him to learn the value of being a man and learn the value of being champion and how he's not the best Mysterio because he can't do it on his own. I thought it was all perfect. I thought that was really good. Really excited to see that match at WrestleMania, and
hopefully we get that Finn push finally.
Yep, I will ruin some people here. I will make a little people upset with this. No, the Demon does not come back at WrestleMania. They're gonna.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. I'm with you. I agree.
Yeah. Is there anything else that stuck out to you in the week of wrestling?
No, not really. The one thing I want to say is I am looking forward to AEW's pay-per-view this weekend. Yes, AEW is doing AEW Revolution. They got some really good matches on here. I'm just gonna say a few so the people can check it out. You're gonna have Kazuchika Okada, Kyle Fletcher, and Mark Davis going up against Mystico, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey. That's going to be a really good match, in my opinion. Brody King and Swerve Strickland. That should be good, especially with Swerve having like the built body now, so a bigger body. So I think him and Brody King will have a great match. Andrade versus Bandito might be the match of the night, bro. That's about to be a really good match. Takeshita versus John Moxley. That should be really good. FTR versus the Young Bucks. I mean, these guys have been wrestling for mad long. So again, and then of course you're gonna have your main event MJF versus Hangman Adam Page, and this is going to be a Texas death match. And if Adam Page loses, he will never again challenge for the AEW Championship. Look out for that match. That match is going to be very bloody. It's going to be very violent, but I think it's going to be very, very good.
Agreed. I'm excited. We might even tune in for some of that this week. Obviously, I would like us to watch a classic wrestling match still, but if we can't because of this, I totally understand it. I always tune into AEW pay-per-views. I think AEW puts better matches on than WWE. I won't say storyline, but just better overall matches. So love that. And then finally, guys, we got Papoose dissing 50 Cent. 50 Cent retaliating, and Papoose coming out with a 5-minute long diss track. A scene.
50 Cent actually put out some music, which was surprising. I didn't think he was actually going to do.
Yeah, I will say I don't think he's winning this beef. I think Papoose is completely bodying him. The one where he's in the car and he's just, he's talking about how he was a fake gangster growing up and he was never really shot 9 times. He was only shot 5 times. Talking about his wife, how she cheated on him with Diddy and how Diddy let the whole team hit. Man, like he was coming at you crazy, 50, like crazy as hell.
Hey, I mean, it got 50 back in the studio. So
Yeah. I did
That's
like the bar too, where he goes, "You haven't had a good verse since Get Rich or Die Trying," and I was like, "Oof!" Like, yeah, you know what? You're not even wrong because outside of Get Rich or Die Trying, I don't really like listening to 50 Cent like that. So,
he his second album was good as well.
yeah, man.
People
Outside of
overlook don't overlook his the follow up to Get Rich or Die Trying.
outside of this beef, is there anything else music related you guys want to talk about?
Esteem, what you been listening to?
I have been listening to uh for the first time. I know last year Earl Sweatshirt came out with an album.
Yep.
What's it called? Sweat. It was called. Live, laugh, love.
Yes.
Yeah, live, laugh, love. Yeah. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Um, definitely up there with probably it'd take me a couple more listens, but what I heard, I definitely definitely thoroughly enjoyed it. It's really good. So
Did you see he's dropping a collaborative album with Mike?
I just
They're doing a double album. They're doing like kind of like Outkast did with the Love Below and Speaker
yeah.
Box. That's what they're
So
doing with that.
so yeah, that just happened to fall in line because this was all unrelated to what he announced. So I was just like, I think I was on YouTube. I was like studying or doing something, and I just put it in the background, and I was like, yeah, this is really really good. So definitely, I like Mike. I like Earl Sweatshirt. I definitely believe they're gonna put out some heat. They did put out a single. What was it 2 days ago? So I'm gonna check that out. Uh, really excited for that. So for people that haven't heard listened to Earl Sweatshirt or Mike, I would highly suggest you go out and take a gander or listen.
Okay. Peter, how about you? What you been listening to?
I've only been listening to honestly two projects recently, two new ones. I mean, I've been listening to this collaborative album between rapper named Ransom, Boldy James, and then the
Oh,
producer Nicholas Craven. They dropped a little like 7-track EP. Really, really like it. Really enjoy it. Um, Obviously Boldy James being a part of Griselda, so you're gonna get the crack rap, the drug rap, and it's really good. Ransom, I didn't know of his work before this, but he's really good. Nicholas Craven with the really 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 good beats, the boneless beats as we call it, because he don't put drums on the beats. Sometimes it's just samples and that's it. Chops it up and it's just really good. So shout out to that. That album was really good. I'd give it like a 8 out of 10. And then I've been listening to this new artist, kind of like it's like a new age artist named Slayer. It definitely ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea. It's this like new age 21, 22-year-old type music. I'm open to anything because I'm a producer, so I like production, and his production I think is really really dope. I've been really enjoying his project. It was a deluxe album. It's called Half Blood Bloodlux. So I've been really enjoying that. So those two. And then obviously listening to like the same music we talked about before, the Larry June Currency project with Alchemist, this J. Cole album, the Nav single, the some of the Baby Keem as well. So I've been listening to that, but I wanted to point out those two new albums that I've been
oh.
listening to.
I did have one that I was listening to. Uh, yeah, Peter. I I'll suggest you listen to Peter and Carla. Listen to Voices of Fire and Pharrell Williams.
Oh, you sent me that. Yeah, I listened to
Yeah,
it. I listened to it.
yeah. Like the beats are absolutely insane on this.
Are they a gospel group?
Yeah, that's the one thing I meant to look up, like the background behind who Voices of Fire are. I'm guessing it is a gospel group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because like from the lyrics, that's kind of what I took from it.
Yeah, that like it's just like a gospel choir. Oh, you know what it is? I see a series, a Netflix series.
By the way,
Mhm.
Denzel Curry dropped the album. I'm definitely
Yes.
going to listen to that.
Oh yeah, the Slay. Oh, that's the one. Yeah, the Scythe. I heard that too. That one's good.
Strictly for the Scythe. Yep, I want to
Yeah,
listen to
Scythe.
that.
Yeah, a lot of bangers on there. Denzel Curry. I like Denzel. I like Tia Corinne. As far as like female artists, I like Tia Corinne. So you gotta check her out. Um, very different, but she's good. Uh, oh yeah, the gospel choir. Yeah, so they are a gospel choir. Voices of Fire.
Okay, I figured.
Yeah. So Pharrell Williams created though. Bought one of the best that short. Yeah. So yeah, I guess he just brought up a gospel thing, a gospel choir, and was like,
That's
let
dope.
me let me make an album, a gospel album.
Different. It's different production, different thing you
Yeah.
got to do.
Yeah.
I'll give it a listen. I haven't really been listening to much. Just Baby Keem, Larry June, kind of one of those. I just listen to the same stuff kind of on repeat sometimes because of everything that's been happening this week with NFL and basketball. I kind of haven't really been too much listening to music, and I've also haven't been driving as much because I'm still in the walking boot. So I've been either listening to my wife's music or when I got my headphones in, it is Larry June, J. Cole, Baby Keem. I'm a big fan of those. But I did listen to one of the songs on there on the thing you sent yesterday, Asim, on the album.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna listen to it more. I think tomorrow I'll have more time to be able to listen to more music. So
Yeah, it's real niche because it's tradition. It's a gospel choir, which is a traditional thing, but what makes it non-traditional is just the Pharrell beats behind it.
Yep.
So that's it. Like if you're used to hearing like a choir like gospel, um, then it'll kind of you know it'll kind of turn some heads, but uh, it might take some time to get used to. But this is kind of the more accessible uh gospel if you're not going straight into a traditional. Like if you this group maybe like a Kirk Franklin or something. Do Kirk Franklin might be another entryway.
yeah, man, well, definitely will. You guys got anything else you want to put
Oh,
out?
one other thing. Oh, I was watching a video about where is uh uh where is what's his face? Who's the guy that does What's Poppin'? Um,
Jack Harlow.
yeah, Jack Harlow. Yep. It was like, where is Jack Harlow? And lo and behold, out of nowhere, he announces a surprise album that's
Yeah, I
coming.
was about to say he announced the album.
Yeah.
That's fire.
So it's
I'm
like,
a Carlo guy, but I'll give him a listen.
yeah, no, we'll see what happens because they're saying, yeah, Jack Harlow falling off. What's he gonna drop? Et cetera. Um, we'll see. It's only like 7 songs. This is 7 songs. See, Apple Music just be
Tripping.
yeah. Okay, there we go. Called Monica. 9 songs. Yeah. So
That's a decent amount.
10 songs. I'm sorry, 10 songs.
That's a good amount then.
Yeah, 10 songs on Monica. We'll see what he put out. As far as anybody else, I have not been tracking that. So yeah, I think that's all I got.
Very well.
Yeah, for me, I got only one last thing to say. It's not music related. I just want to say the World Baseball Classic is happening.
Oh yeah.
You see the hat, you see the flag. DR on top, 4-0, baby. We just beat Venezuela today. This team looks unstoppable. Good luck. Good luck to everybody else. We just move forward. We're about to play Korea on Friday. We're going to play Korea on Friday. Winner of that gets to face winner of U.S. versus Canada. Probably going to be U.S. And good luck. Good luck to everybody. Good luck. DR is looking unstoppable. The hitting, the offense looks amazing. They got the most home runs as a team in the World Baseball Classic this year. And the pitching has been, the starting pitch has been okay. The bullpen has been on fire. On fire. Just allowed their first runs today. I'm telling you, bro, good luck to everybody. Good luck to Japan. Good luck to Venezuela. Good luck to the U.S. Good luck to Canada. Italy. Hey, congrats to Italy. They've been playing really good this World Baseball Classic really too. Really but I think this year it's got to be DR's. If it's not DR, I'm going to be very disappointed. But
you and me both, brother.
I've seen a lot of Puerto Rico hype.
Nah, Puerto Rico.
When I look at highlights, I've seen.
I just feel like Puerto Rico was in an easy. They were in an easy pool, in my opinion. They do not have a lot of they don't have a lot of the heavy hitters this year because of the insurance policy and stuff, denying those players. I just don't. I don't see them. Well, I think they play. Who is it that they play? Italy, actually. Funny enough, and I think Italy's gonna beat them. Yeah, I think Italy's gonna beat. They look really good. And then Japan's going up against Venezuela. Goodbye, Venezuela. You're going to get eliminated with that one. The U.S. going up against Canada. I think Canada is going to lose that one. I think U.S. will beat them. And I think, Shohei.
What if it's Puerto Rico versus Dominican Republic?
No, because the way it works, the brackets, Puerto Rico is on Japan's side, so Puerto Rico would have to face Japan in order to go to the finals, and then DR would have to go against the U.S. to go to the finals.
Oh, okay.
And Puerto Rico ain't beating Japan, not with the team that they got right now, unfortunately.
100%, yeah.
Japan has been to the finals every single World Baseball Classic, and they're going to repeat it again this year. They're going to the finals again.
Yeah, you got the cheat code, so.
Yeah, but he's not pitching this year, so.
Okay.
Yep. And Yamamoto's pitching tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. He's pitching the first game, so I don't think he won't be able to pitch the finals game if I'm not mistaken. So, and that's their best pitcher. So thank God. If DR goes to the finals, we ain't gonna have to face him. Thank God. But good luck to everybody. I'll be here next week to talk about how everything went. Hopefully, I'm not eating my words.
Same here, because me and Peter, as you guys may not know, we're Dominican, so we're rooting for Team DR. Let's go, baby. I do want to leave you guys with this before we're
Dominican Papi.
That's funny. I do want to leave
Dominican Papi. I know black.
So I did want to leave you guys with this. You guys don't actually have to answer this, but for the fans, definitely want to post this up as fast as possible. But for the fans, I got two questions for you guys. For my heavy boxing fans, who would win in a fight? Prime Floyd Mayweather versus prime Terrence Bud Crawford. Weight class, I think we were talking about it earlier. Which weight class, Peter, did we say that they have in common?
We said that it would probably be 147. That would probably be the weight class that they would fight at, even though Bud fought Canelo at like 160 something. I think it was like 166 or 167. But they said that they'll probably fight at like 147. Like let's say 147.
So at weight class 147, you got Money Mayweather versus Bud Crawford. Who do you guys think would win? How would they win? Put that in the comments below. Let us know. And next week, Peter and Asim will answer this question for you guys to give you something to be excited about. And one other question for you guys, because I actually want to ask you guys as well this. And once again, you got to wait till next week to hear their response. So if you want to listen to it, tune in next week. Who had the best single performance in a movie, in your opinion, all time?
Ooh. Okay, I like that.
So
wait, we
answer my homework.
We answer this next
week.
week.
Next week. And
Best
for
single
those
performance.
comments below, comment down who had the best single performance in a movie. Okay, spice it up a little bit. Make this a little.
I'm
bit
gonna do my homework, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta do my homework.
That's pretty easy, right there.
Nah, I don't think it's that easy. You gotta think of all the movies that you've ever seen.
Yeah,
I gotta do
that's
my
pretty
homework.
easy.
I've answered this one. I've been talking about this at work all day, all week. So I'll just put it out here because that way you guys have something to either try and top, or if you want to comment below and let me know yours, that way we have something to talk about. For me, R.I.P. Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, the Joker. That performance was absolutely flawless. As you guys know, he died. He won an Oscar for this performance. My goodness, I just rewatched the movie again yesterday. That performance to me was perfect, from the way he had the lisp going, and he was manipulating, and he was manipulating the mob, manipulating Batman, manipulating the cops. Kind of had everything the way he wanted to do it. It was perfect. How he kind of made Harvey Dent into Two-Face. It was just, to me, that performance was just absolutely flawless. My favorite single performance, in my opinion, the best single performance an actor has ever done. Trust me, there's plenty of those guys, because look, you got a lot of Denzel Washington movies in The Equalizer, Russell Crowe in The
Equalizer.
Yeah, man.
Out of all the Denzel movies,
hey, look,
Equalizer is good.
He had a lot of good movies. That's why
Training Day, his performance in
like
Training
for
Day.
real. Training Day,
good one. American Gangster. He has a lot of.
Yeah, American Gangster was good.
You got Russell Crowe in Gladiator. So, there's a lot. There's a lot of good performances, and I'm interested to listen to yours.
Might be Leonardo.
Mine gonna be left field. I think I know what mine's gonna be. I definitely know y'all not gonna expect mine. I can't wait.
Go. We got something to talk about. This will be something fun. Comment below your favorite performance by an actor, and who you think had the best single performance by an actor in a movie, as well as who would win prime Floyd Money Mayweather versus prime Terrence Bud Crawford, weight class 147.
We need to be talking about Floyd versus Mike Tyson.
I am not talking about that.
We need to talk about. That's what we need to talk about.
God bless. Be safe. Have a good weekend, boys.
Yeah, you guys too.
Real prime right there.
No shot. Absolutely no shot. All right, guys. Peace out.
Thank
Call me Casey and JoJo. Way that I stay on my podcast. I've been on ESPN all day. Only break that I take is to dodge cash. I don't stop with the beat, ain't no ball hog. Need a tag in this beat, no dog park. Got the crack in the screen, still log on. Now I'm back on my Dean, can't fall off. Yeah, top of the league, I was a hot topic. Over the feed, I'm on top of the green. So I'm copper supreme, me and the gang in this thing. Ain't no stopping the team, so you should be following me. I can see it all coming, I've been watching the stream. Put a call to my mom, put a call to the queen. Get a call from my job, say I'm on it 15, I'm gone. Headphones and highlights. Headphones and highlights. Headphones and highlights. Headphones and highlights. about the game. I've been thinking about the money and the fame. Got my fingers on the trigger and I'm aim. If they want it, then they get it in my lane. I've been thugging in my J's, I've been thugging in my Nikes. I've been ballin' all night, I've been rolling all night.